Big
I'm
news.
like, Anttech Airsoft, this is Anthony. Hi, my name is Robin Dean. I'm the inventor of the Dean connector.
That's a bold claim.
Yeah, I'm like, all right. I was like, well, this is pretty interesting. I was like, oh, what's up? And he's basically like, did you know that all the Dean connectors that you're using are frauds and they're knockoffs of the real thing? So
Pause.
yeah.
Someone did request a montage, though, of every time you said pause last episode. That I can do. That I can do.
Rich is dying. Rich. Will Rich recover? Find out on the next episode of the Zulu 24 podcast.
Why is there two of these? They're multiplying. Where did this one come from? When a mommy M16A1 and a daddy M16A1 get together, they make a baby, and that baby's called the M16A2. And he looks and goes, wait, the only difference on these guns is the rear sight.
Well, actually, it's not really an A2 because they didn't have that till 1987, and that's what it means. Okay.
Well, actually,
I have opinions,
But see, here's the thing.
but like
Some are stronger than others.
So here what I say. Reaction
video.
Standardized better, right? Like this is strictly at you, Russ. No standardized buckings, no standardized.
Which I have an update on that. And I will let Russ explain it more when he's here next month. Russ is coming back. He will be here the weekend of Milsim Day.
Russ, the Canadian Australian.
But according to him, and I have to do some more digging, the reason that barrel is like that is because the KWA F90 was originally designed for the Australian military, and they basically wanted it to be so proprietary that the couldn't try to upgrade it themselves.
Well, that would make sense that they wouldn't, because it's an airsoft gun that would be maybe happen to go in circulation. That's actually not that far off.
God forbid they upgrade the gun so that it actually works, so that they continue to use it.
Well, again, to you and I, doesn't make any sense why they would do that. But if you're just trying to make it so that they can't tinker with it and f around with it, and it's supposed to just be a training rifle, there's why.
Yep.
I don't know how true that is, but Russ apparently has evidence.
It's like the Unit Solution rifle with their
I hate that thing.
refill kits for the mags.
I hate that thing.
Can't you like just refill them yourself?
Yeah, but it's an 8mm.
You can.
Yeah.
Like if I had that gun and I had a couple of like the mags, I would just make my own inserts that let me refill the BBs and CO2 myself.
Yeah.
It's an.
I would do that as an end user, but when you have
It sounds cool. It's an 8mm gas blowback airsoft gun,
when
But
you have
no
like
hop-up.
Doesn't have no hop up, right?
but no hop.
when you have like hundreds of these and they're in a shipping container until you issue them out to cadets for FTXs, nobody's going to take the time to sit down and like actually
Maintenance.
try to make it more cost effective. At that point, what's cost effective for them is to just not have to worry about it and just order the put the refill kit in there.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they fell apart from sitting in a shipping container for so long.
No, but the paint rounds didn't jive so well. That was the craziest.
It's kind of crazy because they're LMT receivers.
Yeah, they're using LMT receivers and milling them out, basically just like the North American PTW.
I remember being on the green, like on the lawn over on post, because the rep from Unit Solutions was going to come and demo the guns, and they had like targets set up on the green.
Is this the day you borrowed my GHK?
Yes, and I remember bringing both of your GHKs and a chrono, and I remember chronoing both of them. We shot at targets side by side. We put a target really far out, right? And the unit rifle just couldn't reach it. And its accuracy was unpredictable because the rounds were like...
There's no hop up.
Yeah, there's nothing. And the GHK just outperformed it. And as far as recoil and the bolt hold open, like it was all there.
Wow, really? Even the recoil? You would think that thing would be, the Unit Solution would be in.
The Unit Solution was a little bit heavier. I mean, it was CO2 versus the GHK with map gas. But like...
We can run a GHK on CO2.
I remember seeing the copium in everybody's eyes as they're trying to justify why the unit is better. And they're like, now the thing is, I wasn't trying to convince like the head of DMI not to get it. I genuinely wanted to compare them, but I was trying to convince the guys on Fast that this is not a good use of money. Yeah. Like, this is not going to enhance your training. It's just going to make it harder for us to get anything done because you'll just have guns that work worse.
And maybe if they didn't buy all of those, they would actually be able to afford the guns they need for that training exercise.
We didn't get it for Fast, but DMI procured a bunch.
Oh.
So now it's like, okay, well, Fast isn't. They're using the Crytex that we got them,
Yeah.
and they still work. Okay, they still work. They're basically in worse conditions than a shed, and they still work. This is why I tell people the Crytek is the only stock gun you can get that's just going to work. So summer training rolls along. This is not a fast exercise. Now this is like
It's probably the
big
same thing
army,
that Tyler
so-
and I are talking about now.
Yeah. So what are they using? They're using some blanks, right? That's part of it. But then a majority of them got these unit rifles. And I got to watch firsthand on the field how none of these things worked half as well as they did on the green when it was all controlled. And it's least because the paint mucked up the barrels and now they didn't shoot BBs well anymore. That was the least of the issue. It was the fact that they were not gas efficient. They kept out gas. They weren't functioning properly.
Terrible.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to another edition of Zulu 24 Podcast. As always, I'm joined by Anthony from Anttech Airsoft Studios, Jordan from Zulu Outdoor, and newly minted co-host Richard.
Hello.
Richie.
Hello, Richie.
Team card.
Rich. Guys, we're free. The shackles are off.
Yes.
I know.
We are not demonetized.
We still can't curse in the first 15 minutes.
We are demonetized. Just means you have to
we're-
bleep it.
we are demonetized.
Yeah, dude.
Well, we still can't let Anthony say the egregious shit that he says.
That makes sense.
But it also means that we're not licking boots for 4 cents a month.
A fourth of a cent per view.
Yeah, dude. Like,
And speaking of which,
and we can touch guns.
speaking of that, the Patreon is in the works. We're working on that behind the scenes.
So all right, yeah. So we've already established the new Zulu 24 Instagram page. I'm sorry, Zulu 24 podcast Instagram page. Go ahead and search that at Zulu 24
It's tagged.
podcast. Should be tagged down below. Also, we are switching over the podcast to a different YouTube channel,
Also tagged in this video right now.
Zulu 24 podcast. So jump on over there, and then we're going to attach that to a Patreon. Again, you can donate if you would like. For right now, there's no other like special. You're not getting anything special. All you're doing is helping us kind of maintain this ship, right? There's your first bleep.
That's fine.
You
We
know,
cannot guarantee you more content. If we find time to, we will give you more content.
correct. This is like, hey, if you want to, go right ahead. We're not going to put anything behind a paywall. This is just for us to like repair the mic that is already broken. You know,
Or the fact that while I was setting up for the podcast, I realized one of my SD cards now it doesn't want to do it. It's peeling apart.
yeah,
That's like,
Oh.
yeah, there we go.
we've been doing this. Jesus,
Yeah.
we've been doing this for 2 years, and all of our stuff is starting to show wear and tear. And you know,
Surprisingly enough, you'd think that it wouldn't, but it does.
we have to set it up and take it down every time. So,
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
think of it like this. We brought this equipment out to Guardian.
yeah.
Yeah.
like,
And it flew all the way to Texas and back.
yeah. Like this thing has this setup has gone
On
to
the
different
road.
states.
We took it to full auto.
I will say,
It's been used in combat.
I will say the shit that we bought was pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Right,
No,
like-
I went and asked a couple friends that do audio engineering when we first started because you told me a budget for the audio equipment. And I just started asking around. I'm like, what's the best for the money? And this is the answer I got. And we actually rather enjoy these.
It's nice. It's like, we do not treat this stuff like we were wearing white gloves.
No.
Yeah, I mean this equipment we used during the homeless era.
Yep.
Like
We're still technically
that
homeless.
soundboard.
I gave us a.
That soundboard has been in the middle of 2 homeless people fighting over a sandwich. It's pretty rough.
But anyway, we're gonna set up a Patreon over there. Maybe we'll come up with something to put on there, but realistically, it's just if you want to support what we do and you like what we do,
Yeah.
throw us a couple bucks.
If you have an
And-
outpour of love and support to give to the podcast and how you feel it's supporting Airsoft, the greater community and the
Anthony,
discussion.
you're taking the horse and you're beating it to death.
Yeah, I know he's terrible. Anyway,
Just an outpour.
It's starting to progress from we're doing this fun thing to you begging.
yeah.
I am once again asking you for campaign donations.
Yeah.
And you can communicate through Patreon. I
Yeah, she can.
Yeah. So
I thought about it
There we go.
before.
Maybe that's the first one. Patreon members get their questions answered.
Well,
That's
yeah, we
really-
kind of talked about
regardless,
that. Like,
talking about.
like totally regardless of what their question is. They could
Yeah.
have, you could have like tax questions.
well, think about it with you watch
Relationship
Sean Ryan.
advice.
They start every episode with a question from Patreon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Boom.
we can do that.
There it
I was
is.
going through, I was editing quick gameplay clips this morning, like stuff 10 seconds or less, and I found on an SD card, I filmed an entire video in here of just a top down of me working on a gas gun. I'm like, that's Patreon content.
Yeah, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to put on there. But yeah, we'll answer marital advice, like anything. We're experts in none of this.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know
However,
about that one.
I'll give my opinion on it. You think your girl's cheating on you? You know what I mean?
I was watching an episode of, I
Turn this into Real Housewives real quick.
forgot what it was, the whatever podcast is called where it's just fat electrician and a veteran with a sign.
I think it's called Habitually Fat. No. Oh,
That's-
Overserved?
No, that's Angry Cops and his friend.
They have so many.
Yeah, they have so many podcasts now. But I was listening to one that's veteran with a sign and fat electrician.
Yeah, what the fuck is it?
And Nick was like, "Yeah, I got a DM from a listener, but like I had already responded to him before, so it moved itself up in the inbox on Instagram." And he's like, "Nick, can I ask you a question?" He's like, "Oh fuck, please don't make this a long one." He goes, "How do I get a woman to forgive me? She's been mad at me for 3 years." And he's just like, "Why are you asking me? If I knew how to make a woman not mad, I don't know if I would want to know that, because then I would understand women, and I don't need that."
Well, actually, you should definitely learn how to appreciate women. Okay.
I didn't even see you put those on.
The mystery is
That's hilarious. Really, you didn't?
I didn't even notice.
I was like this. I was like looking at you when you were
even notice. I saw you moving your hands around.
the mystery is half the fun. It's you got to figure it out. You know.
It's like walking.
Sure.
It's like walking around a house at night and it's dark,
Anthony.
and your kids or someone like just let a bunch of Legos out on the floor, and you just got to make sure that you go
stepping
really
on
soft,
landmines.
and you're not. But you have to take a shit, and you're about to shit your pants. Like you're about. So if you do fall, it's coming out.
Oh, God.
So you lose all muscle control.
And you're landing on Legos.
And you're landing on
You'll just
Legos
be in
on
this-
your side, like on areas that would never be the case at full force.
You'd be like,
And then you got poopy Legos, too. That's like even worse.
And you're
You're
just
gonna get-
and you're just sitting there and you're in a fetal position. You're just like,
you're landing on Legos.
You know, I imagine cleaning poop out of a Lego. It's
You'll
just
probably get cut
You just
too,
walk-
by some Lego pieces, and then you'll get poop in your wound.
yeah.
sepsis.
You just be on the ground like, yeah, just like crying, just in your own fecal matter and Legos.
God.
This reminds
What a
me.
mess.
I don't know how this ended up in my YouTube algorithm. You ever see the videos of like the gymnasts doing tricks, but they're doing it in a circle of Legos, and every time they do a trick, the Lego circle gets smaller?
What?
Yeah.
No, I've never seen that.
Oh
no.
yeah, okay. So this popped up one random day in my feed, and they would like 3 or 4 of them in a gymnastics gym. They would do tricks, but they'd have to land in the circle, and the circle is made out of Legos.
Oh, so not okay.
And
Gotcha.
as they're doing the tricks, they're getting progressively harder, but the Lego circle is getting smaller and smaller. So if you can't precisely land on that spot, you are doing like backflips into a pile of Legos.
That's
let me see
actually
if I can
pretty
pull it up.
impressive. That's pretty impressive. But here's the thing. What happens if your family? What happens if when you fell, you actually hit your head and now you're dead?
Well, they're doing it on
You're-
gym
no.
mats.
Oh, I know the gym mats, but I'm talking about like you walking through your house, you fall terribly. You just got up in the middle of the night, you're naked, and you shoot yourself. What is your family? Who discovers your body is going to be like? Should they cover you up? Should they like, should you be discovered with?
In this case, in my case only, I would want someone to take pictures
Of what had happened.
and make memes. Like I'm already gone. Who do I care?
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Ooh.
But we'll just fast forward it along real quick.
Oh God. Wow.
So every time you do it, it just gets smaller and smaller.
these people are athletically gifted
yeah.
to a point that makes me frustrated.
They could be Spider-Man.
Oh,
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, this popped up in my feed one random day, and I
Well,
was,
that guy, dude, that guy did that. He's a big dude.
With all of that said, relationships, they have to be like that. They have to be that whole scenario with the Legos and the falling and the poop and,
And
the
here's why they
hitting
did
your
that.
head and dying.
and also
That's-
trying not to step on the Legos by doing gymnastics.
that's the mystery.
I
That's
just
the
want to point out
spice you want in your life.
4.5 million views.
What is
Of
it?
course.
That's why they did that. 4.5
Oh, yeah.
million.
Yeah, no,
Damn.
No, I think we're never meant to understand each other. We're simply meant to complement each other, and that's
Anthony, you
it. Strengths
love
and
me.
All right.
Strengths and weaknesses, man.
All right, on the Patreon, we're gonna have
God,
a
here we
circle of BBs, and we're all gonna try to jump on. We're all gonna try to jump and not step on barefoot BBs.
We have to do backflips.
But it would. I can't do a back. Are you kidding me? I just do a back.
I could
Something.
backflip on the trampoline, not on flat ground.
We'll have to come up with something. Maybe like like walking on like hot coals. We'll just
I would do that. I would walk.
No,
on
we could do
knuckles.
history trivia, and if you get it wrong, you get shot by a silica BB.
Oh, I still have a bag of silica BBs.
I still have a bottle of them that you
Oh
gave me.
yeah, that I gave you. Yeah, the silica BBs. Ooh.
Yeah, that's
Actually, you know what? We could probably
Or we could just make it a 4 or
Wait,
5.
wait. They're glass, so we could heat them up, and then you gotta walk on them.
Oh God.
That's real hot lava. Hot BBs.
What are we just turning
Okay,
into
now-
jackass for Patreon money?
It's like no. It's
You
like
know
a
what? Someone's
Houston
gonna comment.
Jones.
Someone's gonna comment and be like, "Yo, I would pay $50 a month to see you guys do some
No
shit
way.
like
No.
that."
No.
dude.
Well, somebody also commented they would expect that the uncensored version of this would be on Patreon. No. Not with that one. This one's okay, but not with that one.
Patreon would deplatform us.
Yeah, they'd be like, we're all good about free speech except for these guys.
Yeah.
Someone did request a montage though of every time you said pause last episode. That I can do. That I can do.
There was just so much to talk about. Speaking of the last episode, I don't know why, dude. Everybody loves reaction content. To me, it's the lowest hanging fruit, and I feel dirty doing it because it's like we're capitalizing off of somebody else's work and just like giving our opinions on it.
See, I don't feel that way.
Oh,
and
it's gross.
what's funny is that you were the biggest. I don't know about
Hater.
doing this,
Yeah.
and you were the most energetic the entire time. People were
Well,
like,
I have
I love
famous
that
last
Dave is,
words.
Dave is crashing out.
I have opinions,
but see, here's the thing.
but like,
Some are stronger than others.
so here what I say, reaction.
Reaction video.
See, reaction content is bad if you don't tag the person.
Sure.
You're just. We were literally commenting and giving a compliment sandwich. We were
Sure.
saying this is good, this is bad. I like that this guy did this video, and people like that. And you're not really content stealing at that point. Unless you're basically helping that other creator as well.
I'm not referring to us.
Oh, I'm
He's just talking about it in general.
In
because I
general?
understand it because the amount of time, besides the fact that my own content was ripped off in that video and I didn't get any credit at all, the amount of time that a Zulu video has been ripped and reshared, it's happened quite a few times.
And they
now.
take-
That's not good. Well, that's not good.
They
I'm
either
not-
cut
I'm
the
not-
watermark out.
They take the time to like make sure that we're not represented in any way.
Yeah.
They could have just left the watermark in.
Yeah, we wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, nobody would have cared. Not, I mean, they're really identifiable videos anyway. But anyway, no, and he actually commented and also reached out via Instagram.
Yes,
and
he
like,
did.
you know,
Seems chill.
nothing but good things.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think
No feelings were hurt in the making of that episode.
No,
Yeah.
he did say he thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
if you guys like reaction content, if you have a video to send us, what is it? Zulu.
Oh, the new email is zulu24podcast@gmail.com.
So
Hey,
official. So
Zulu
official.
24 podcast.
So you ever
at
want us to
gmail.com.
review
Yeah.
something, react to it?
Yeah.
I
Or
think
the
we're-
Zulu24 podcast Instagram page, or drop it in the
I
comments.
like the idea of overreacting because
That's really what it is.
we were really overreacting. Pause. No. Pause.
Speaking of the comments on the last one, people want to hear the Dean's Connector story.
Ah, yes.
How I received a phone call. Now, this is going to be boring for you because I already told you the story. But
Well, do we want to do that now, or do we want to keep going through the comments?
Let's
yeah,
do-
we
let's
can
do
go
the
through the comments.
comments. Let's go to
We'll do
comments.
the Dean's Connector.
Anthony
You know
with
what?
the
We're
worst.
not going to do the Dean's story. We're just not going to do it.
Anthony gets the award for the worst segue.
We're gonna
That's the
the
Patreon.
Patreon. The Patreon. That's the Patreon. We're gonna get you.
Anthony
And
gets
he's
an award
just-
for
he's
the
just-
worst segue possible.
We're like the guy that has the dollar on a fishing. Like, we're gonna give it to you. We're gonna give it to you.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Story on Patreon, 4-second video.
Yeah.
I talked to the guy who invented Dean's Connectors.
the end.
Seems chill.
But what other comments were there? That
There's a bunch, dude. There's a bunch.
So Russ left a comment. I think this is our Russ.
It is.
Yeah, he goes, in this video, man with multiple carry handle receiver pet projects rags on someone wanting a particular look for their gun. More at 6. Fucking brilliant.
Richie, how many carry handle guns do you have? There's 2 right there.
okay, I have those 2 gas blowbacks that are CGSs, which is an A2 and an A1. I have the Kythera that's a fixed carry handle. I have the M16A2 that's like one of those Taiwan gun specials that used
Yeah.
to be. I have another one. somewhere. And then Anthony has a special one that he's working on that we will not reveal yet. What are we going to reveal?
Nope.
We're not revealing.
It might fail. It's still.
It might fail,
it's-
but
it's too early.
But if it does work, it's definitely 100% going to be the first one in the world, unless someone super autistic somehow did it first.
This is one of those things that the second I managed to complete it, and it's like a whole uphill battle, but damn it, we made it work. It's one of a kind. That's when TM releases their own version of it, and it's like fuck.
Yeah. Or some other company goes, oh, let's do that.
I will say with your second CGS with a fixed carry handle.
Yeah.
So Tom works for me on Sundays. Around 10:30 on Sunday, he walked past that and realized, mind you, he'd been here since 8:30.
Yeah.
He's like, why is there two of these? They're multiplying. Where did this one come from? And I go, that's also Richie's. And he stops and he goes, why does he need another one? They're identical. And I go, well, no, hold on.
They are identical.
When a mommy M16A1 and a daddy M16A1 get together, they make a baby, and that baby's called the M16A2. And he looks and goes, wait, the only difference on these guns is the rear sight. And I go, exactly.
For
That's
right
why
now,
I bought
yes.
the second one.
I'm gonna change them up because they both have the suppressors on them, the OpSync suppressors. So like, legitimately, I actually like the A2, and they never
well,
made
he
that.
had to take a seat trying to figure out and
that kinda makes
ponder
sense.
why did Richie buy a second one?
But you know what?
God bless your autism.
Look, when I really like something, I like it, and
I get it. I'm the same way with Block 2 rails because I'm looking. I got two over there. I got another one over there. Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I get it.
Yeah, I mean,
You're not even using the iron sights. You have the.
Well, that rail that attaches the Comp M4 copy does have a hole through it, so I could look through the iron sights if I wanted to.
And you can adjust the
And
drum.
those are also a Comp
I can adjust the drum on the A2 one, where I can be like elevation.
You're like, yeah, baby, that's what it's all about.
I could be like, well, actually, it's not really an A2 because they didn't have that till 1987, and that's what it means, okay?
Well, actually.
Well, actually,
I like. I can never say this guy's name right.
Magaz?
Magaz.
I love his comments. They're all gold.
When I'm emperor of mankind, you have my vote. Well, I guess you wouldn't be emperor if I had a vote. But anyway, first thing I'm doing is outlawing the bang rule.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree if it's done in a clever manner. For instance, I'm thinking next year we're going to start the all riflemen 365 and under.
I think that's a good idea.
There are no safety kills. Saws are the only ones that can be blue tags, and then obviously the DMRs and whatever the fuck.
I fucking hate safety kills.
I'm hoping that you.
Nobody really likes safety kills.
I hate
right?
them.
No.
Like even dudes with blue tags, we see it all the time. If two dudes have blue tags, they come around the corner, they shoot.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Meh."
I would only allow a bang rule if you were like an indoor field or even an outdoor field that had like a bunch of rental players or a group of kids playing.
Yeah.
And then be like, maybe this is their first time playing, whatever. But even then,
I think if you're an indoor field and you have a bang rule, you're wrong.
yeah, I'm talking about like young
Yeah.
kids. If you had but if you have, that's kind of ridiculous. Yeah.
We do have to think these kids. How do I reach out to these kids?
I would love to have Magaz like here on the
is-
podcast. I found out he has his own podcast
Yeah.
out in the UK.
I think it's called Balls Deep.
Yo, what?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's called Balls Deep.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It popped up on my Spotify
Yeah.
yesterday, and I looked and went, wait a minute. I clicked on it and realized it was him, and I listened to an episode.
Yeah.
Guys, go over to Balls Deep. That is fucking perfect.
Yeah.
he
I sat there thinking, why didn't we think of that?
he writes stories in our comments, man.
He does. He's very good at time stamping.
Like I learned this lesson when I ran a bar. One of my door guys kicked somebody out, said he couldn't come back. This dude was friends of a friend. The mutual friend came to find me and explained their version of the story. I was listening to what was probably a very biased retelling of the events in a loud bar with other people shouting for my attention. I walked over to the door, let the guy back in, and thought nothing more of it. Later that night, the head of the security company we hired for the doors came in and asked to speak to me in the office. He explained that if I undermined the decisions of his team again, he would pull the team off our doors and not return. That doorman saw the situation, assessed what needed to be done, and acted on it. By me not backing him up, it made all of the door staff question whether we had their best interest at heart. It's the same thing for site managers and their marshal team. Yeah. And that's
Agreed.
That's him referring to you saying, if a wizard can't trust his staff.
Like that.
I love this podcast episode, one of the funniest episodes yet. Dave going every single second and yelling pause made my night. See,
There you go.
guys,
See,
I
see?
contributed.
See,
Contributed to the overreaction.
I think it's overreaction. I think we got to coin that one. I like that.
Yeah, it's not a reaction. It's
It's
an
overreaction. Yeah, we're going to be overreacting.
Giving people a way to contribute to the podcast sounds like a good idea. We think so as well. I know it's not always going to happen, but the longer episode got me to and from the tractor pull I filmed yesterday, so that was great. Filming tractor pulls, huh?
I was going to say, we're going to talk about tractor pulls for a second.
It's fucking awesome.
I have never seen one in person.
No.
What do you mean a track? Like, what's a track? Filming
Really?
a tractor pull. What's that?
It's farm equipment modified, and the last one I've ever seen, they have like this trailer, and it has a weight on the back.
Oh, it's like a competition.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they try to pull it through like
And it's got
mud
like
and shit.
it's got like actual angles to it. So as you go further down the line,
It moves the load.
and it digs more into the dirt. So
Yeah.
the whole idea is to try to, and it's like all beefed up and stuff. It's
Like
pretty cool.
redneck science.
Yeah,
We're dudes, so we're all.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
like-
It's like a strong tractor
So
competition.
it's like
Yeah,
it's like
exactly
super
what it is.
torque. It's like
I like this one. Hey, gang, I wear an authentic Civil War uniform for work almost every day of the week.
Yo, that's
first-
fucking awesome.
At first, I'm reading the
Where
comment.
do you work?
Yeah.
Gettysburg.
At first, I'm
Maybe.
reading this comment, and I'm like, there we go, right? Like, probably in New York, chasing somebody to tell them about their kid, like I was talking about. But no, he was actually adding to the wool discussion. Dave is absolutely right. The most important part of the uniform being made of wool is staying warm while wet. Wool was the most high-tech material 1776 as much as it was in 1865. It was very fun listening to the gang talk about another one of my tisms.
all right.
Yeah,
there
see?
you go.
Now we're going to talk about trains.
Well, hold on. Whenever you do trains, you have to do your fingers. Yeah, you have to stem.
Somehow you guys make reaction content genuinely enjoyable to listen to. Well, I appreciate that because I have a hard time.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
You paused so much. It was great though.
I can make the compilation of Dave saying pause.
There was a couple of comments from the previous episode that were added after the fact that I thought, shut up, phone. I don't want to hear
Anthony,
your.
how are you like this every time? Okay, wait. So
I
do
don't
me
know
a
why
favor.
he doesn't pay for fucking YouTube. Jesus.
Seeing as like
Ads.
94% of you are dudes, do you have your volume always turned up to max even when you're in public? Just let us know.
Oh, I have a story that I can't tell on here that happened to me on the way here about exactly that.
I'm so curious.
Remind me after we're done.
This is one from the previous episode. Normie topic. Would it have been normie of me as a dead player to toss a nade into a friendly position after witnessing a friendly get hit with the live grenade, call his hit, then throw his grenade at the enemy?
This sounds like the sandwich of everybody's wrong. Maybe we just follow the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
adding confusion because then the enemy thinks that you were actually still in play
This
because you
is-
were doing some kind of action. Yeah.
This
I
is
get
like,
the idea. I get the idea of why.
This
you
is the
did it,
same
but-
kind of bullshit where like I see other airsoft photographers walking around throwing grenades at people in the middle of games, and I'm like, I
yeah.
fucking hate that.
Yeah, it's no bueno. Yeah. I don't like that. That's why refs don't carry guns to do the, what are they called? The,
Spot check.
or integrity checks or whatever.
Integrity check,
It's
yeah.
silly. That just pisses people off.
Not even that, because then it turns you into a target.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they shoot you? I don't understand refs / marshals who hate their jobs. When I used a marshal, I'd have already worked my normal job all week and then be marshaling on the weekend. I always enjoyed it.
That's most of us.
Yeah, it's most. I think it comes. I think there's a burnout, right? The refs are the front lines against stupidity, and they're literally hitting stupidity in the face all day, every day on the weekends or whenever we're open or whatever. And so they're just jaded, right? Everybody's got a cup, and once that cup gets full, that's it, right? Like
You can only
got to
tolerate
kind of
so much stupidity.
yeah, you got to kind of move on because you'll start just like prejudging everybody as the lowest common denominator, and that could affect your interactions. Some people's cups are small, some people's cups are big. It
Well, it also goes, and that's one aspect. The other aspect is it could be a field that doesn't have this doesn't have standards, so they don't hire the most perfect refs.
sure, but even here, I mean, we have our fair share of
Yeah.
wild shit.
Well,
that-
it's the same way.
sometimes
Like
happens.
I've played at other fields where the refs don't even know their own rules, and you're looking at them like, "Wait, what? That's not what it says here."
I'm looking at actually, I guess Ross, the same guy, got to get some icebreaker merino wool gear from I guess New Zealand. It's amazing. I still have base layers I bought 20 years ago.
Russ.
Goes forever. Wow. Interesting.
Well, Russ is the only Australian Canadian I know.
Yeah.
It's probably time for you to buy some new base layers. Let's be real.
I don't know. I can kind of agree with him.
20 years?
Mine's not nearly as old, but I still think the Outdoor Research original merino wool base layer is the best one they ever made.
Here's a guy. 1,000%. Wow, that's a lot. 1,000% would donate to the podcast. I look forward to it every week. I'm old, so I'm not great using a computer, but I would love to be able to learn GBBR teching from Jordan.
Oh.
There isn't anyone around me that can do it, so I'm trying to learn. Also, thank you, Jordan, for helping me with my gas gun mag issues. It helped a lot.
Oh, I was talking to this guy over email. Yeah.
Drinking game idea. Take a shot every time Dave says pause.
You won't last.
He literally says it's 36 times. Dave says it, by the way. That's what he counted. So actually, that would be really funny for the. That's.
Well, yeah, I was talking to him via email. It's a weird problem that's happening with guns modified PMags. Actually, it's the same thing we had with yours, where all of a sudden the gun just wouldn't cycle properly on the mag.
What the fuck?
It's all the newest generation of guns modified PMags. They can be overgassed, which isn't normal for those. Like the Gen 2 and Gen 3 ones didn't have that problem. So if you, let's say, fill them in here, and then you go store them in the Connex box,
Sure.
because of the raise in pressure,
Yeah.
it jams the output valve closed. So when you go to shoot it, it gets the same reaction you got with yours.
I only have one that does that.
Right. I've had customers where it does it with all of their mags. And that guy that commented, he was talking to me via email. I basically told him, hey, go home, degas your mags, take your output valve out, clean it, put it back in, and it solved his issue, which is the same thing I had to do with your mag. Real weird. And it's only the newest generation of guns modify mags. And I heard Jaeger talking about it yesterday in a video. It's like the Gen 1s were great, the Gen 2 and Gen 3 were great, the Gen 4, trash.
I'm going to glaze a gas gun really quick.
Ooh.
Oh,
A
no.
couple days ago,
Oh, no.
Jordan's like, so he was telling me about this 417, this VFC 417 that he built. He's like, it's a DMR. I'm like,
Do we want to grab it?
I was
We
like,
can.
We're
Free
Yeah.
of the shackles.
I'm going to grab
Yeah,
some
we
guns.
might as well.
Jordan,
This is
fuck
an
you, YouTube.
It's an airsoft podcast. We might as well.
fuck you, Google.
Jordan's like, it's a DMR. And I was like, in my head, like, fuck face, it's a gas gun. No, it's fucking not. It's not, it's not going to perform like a DMR. And he's like, he loads it up. He's like, shoot it. And I'm out here on the top of the hill. So anybody that watches like my content, you'll see that I do a lot of shooting videos at these buildings at the bottom of a hill.
Get my stuff.
Stop. Everybody's got to get their toys.
Yep.
It's mostly because we're talking about.
So yeah, like if you watch like my Instagram, as of filming this, there's a recent post of me shooting a stoner from the top of this hill, right? So that's like from where I'm standing in these videos and shooting at the buildings, that's 300 feet with elevation. And I'm up here with this 417 and I just like this, the optics wobbly.
I tightened it up.
Yeah. It
Actually,
was,
here, I can pass it over.
Yeah, we can touch these things now. Oh my God.
the optic was, yeah, this optic was like wobbly and Jordan was like, yeah, the hop is set for, what did you put? 4.8s in it?
4 5s.
4 5s, and I put the reticle. So normally when you're shooting at like 300 feet with elevation, with a lot of guns, like you're gonna
reach the wall.
Oh my God, that is a long gun.
you're gonna reach the wall, but there's always gonna be like some bullet drop, right? Some BB drop. And no, I had reticle on the curtain of the window, fired one shot, and then it like hit the curtain, and I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, this is a fucking DMR. And then the buildings further out, which is like 400 feet, I'm aiming at those buildings. And I'm schwacking the wall of those buildings. This thing is impressive.
I mean, now keep in mind you're shooting downhill, right? So
Yes.
I hate VFCs.
you're getting false range at it.
So I recently did a range test with the Classic Army MWSs. I want to do the same range test with that. I hate VFCs. VFC does one thing really good, and it's external quality and the way that the gun is built. However, nice. Actually,
That's why I hate the bad lever.
No, you didn't.
Oh, no, I didn't.
You didn't seat the mag in enough.
The new gas gun drinking game is going to be drop a mag or take a drink every time we drop a mag on the show.
There we go.
Yeah.
But I don't like the way that VFC designs their system because and this is not for a lack of anything besides realism. They prioritize the realism of the gun over the function of the gun. That's why I like the MWS. They prioritize performance. Because of that, you are working so hard to try and make the gun shoot well. It's a good gun. that had bolt bounce. It was chopping BBs.
I'm gonna shoot it really
yeah.
quick. Like,
dude, I gotta try that
hold on,
thing.
look at the table.
Wow,
Like,
Yeah.
that's jiggling like Jello.
So
this thing feels like a chunky 308 spicy nugget.
yeah, it came in shooting like shit. It had bolt bounce. And then the customer wanted to turn it into a DMR, which I fucking hate. Oh my God. So Maple Leaf Crazy Jet barrel, stock VFC hop up chamber. Yeah, it's heavy. And then I had to modify the hop up chamber to take a 4 UAD and then fix the bolt bounce issue. Now at Chrono's 445 with a 2.5, and like you said, you can pick a window and you're gonna hit the window. Sunday, just for shits and giggles, because they were playing some game at the helicopter. As soon as the game started.
Oh God, I'm gonna get you.
As soon as the game started, Alex was one of the refs and he was standing to the left of that building.
Yeah.
I loaded it and I'm like, I'm going to try to hit Alex. And I fired 4 or 5 BBs before I nailed him. And I knew I did because I watched him. I hit him in the back. He went, ow, fuck, what was that? And I immediately called him and I'm like, thank you, Alex. I just need to know it could be accurate.
Yeah, he came in complaining about it.
Dude, this is chunky, man.
Yeah,
this is chunky.
I'm not a big fan of VFCs, but they're unique guns because there's not anyone else that makes a gas blowback 417. And the fact it can be turned into a DMR is pretty impressive.
All right,
I will give VFC credit where credit's due.
Whoever's watching me right now, you're about to get taken out. One shot will kill.
I also know that the customer that
What's that
owns
guy?
that watches the podcast. He's probably gonna love this.
How do you like us being demonetized? Right?
Demonetized.
How do you like this? There's some podcasts that can hold
It's a bit of an overreaction, but
yeah,
we've been our hands have been tied for so many years.
Yeah.
Well, 2.
Yeah.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Here you go. We'll put this back over by you guys,
Yeah.
laying it in front of you because it's so.
But if you want that's great. I got to tighten that again.
Yeah.
That's the problem because they prioritized such realism with it, which is great. Again, I'm not mad about that. It rattles itself loose.
What I actually don't like right off the bat is the pin they're using for the bolt catch is the same one they use for their AEGs. It has like the O-ring on it, and that's what keeps it in. That's going to fall out. That falls out on AEG builds randomly.
Yeah.
That little pin, and then you lose your mock bolt. But this is not like a mock bolt catch on this gun. It actually is your bolt catch.
Yeah.
And it's like if they're designing it to be so real spec, why not make the pin knurled? Why not make a knurled pin that actually is a press fit?
Or the TM design, because the TM design doesn't use that.
Uses a screw.
The TM design is actually held in by the inside of the receiver. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's also because they use a trigger box.
Wow.
But there's no external pin here holding the bolt stop in, so it can't fall out on you.
This might just be my system of snobbery. It's got a.
Yeah, no, that's
It's not terrible, but the safety selector switch doesn't have that snap. That
yeah. There's not much
it's not terrible.
besides me going in and making sure that screw that holds the detent and the spring up is tight. I don't know if there's much you can do with that because also it's an HK style gun, so it's not taking a normal selector.
Sure.
Because we learned that with his 416. Same customer dropped off a VFC 416. Go figure, doesn't take any of the parts that the M4 does.
Fancy.
Yeah, super annoying.
Yeah. So
But these guns are so cool.
No, they're not.
Well, I mean, they look cool.
They look cool. They're still CGS.
I used one for one of the gas gun nights.
You had.
I just hate the CGS.
But you had to
good
get it
time.
work. Once Jordan did his magic, which you should, if you are a gas gun user and you want to get your gun worked on, Jordan knows.
I will do it.
Jordan knows that stuff.
All right, let's use this opportunity for Jordan to spill some secret sauce. All right. Like this is like the too long didn't read gas gun. What do I buy guide? Right. So there's the
working on
MWS.
that.
There's the MWS, and then there's the CGS clone, and then there's the Double Eagle clone,
And now there's the Lancer.
and then
clone.
there's the Lancer clone,
And then there's also Salvo Precision, which is double eagle, but not double eagle.
and then there's GHK, and then there's the Golden
there's-
Eagle GHK clone,
Yeah.
And then VFC.
which is also
And then
called
VFC.
the CGS.
And then there's still WeTech.
The G-
No.
no, it's different.
No,
okay.
the Golden Eagle thing is completely different. We'll keep that separate.
yeah.
Marui made a gun. Marui made a great gun. Then
Some would say the best.
CGS copied it, Double Eagle copied it. Salvo is the same company as Double Eagle.
How faithful are these clones?
That one's not. So the CGS is, we use Marui spec-ish mags and then changed everything else. You can put a Marui trigger box in it. You can put a Marui bolt in it, but you still can't fix the hop-up unit. There's only one aftermarket hop-up unit. It's the TNT one, so we're stuck using that in these guns. The CGS mags are kind of dog shit. I don't like them, but you can take a TM mag, take that 3D print file that I gave you and 3D print feed lips for TM mags, and then change the feed lips over so they'll work in a CGS.
And I made about a dozen feed lips for Rich's mags.
Yeah.
Yep.
Double Eagle did it right. Lancer did it right. They're about as Marui spec as you can get. For some reason, the uppers don't fit, but whether you buy a Lancer or a Double Eagle, you're getting a good gun. And then the salvos are just Double Eagles, but all the stuff they can't legally import into the U.S., like MCXs and BRN 180s and all the fancy guns. So if you're overseas looking at salvo precision, it's a Double Eagle.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But
That's kind of how it boils down to. And then if you want one that doesn't work as well as any of those, you buy a GHK.
So
or a
the
VFD.
only reason why you would get the CGS is for the fixed carry handle.
That's
upper.
exactly it.
And you can't just
Or
take
the-
that upper
or
and
the
put it,
Colt trademarks, but you can buy a Marui and it has Colt trademarks.
and you can't just get that upper and put it on an MWS lower and put MWS stuff in it.
it's
It
the
doesn't work. It's the height of the. So like I was showing you the other day, the Maruis use a two-piece hop-up. So they have a hop-up that goes into the barrel, and then they have the hop-up adjuster that sits in the upper receiver. The CGS upper receivers are all internally just taller. So the hop-up arm, instead of doing this and then a little rise, like a millimeter or two, they've got like a 4 or 5 millimeter rise on the hop-up arm. So nothing Marui spec fits. So you have to buy the TNT hop-up for specifically the CGSs, and you have to be extra careful because now they have a TNT hop-up for the MWS as well. So you could buy the wrong one.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
but you doing that.
I'm doing that on yours, and it works.
It works.
It works.
So it's
You
just like
can make it shoot okay.
Now, we should preface this. Every gas gun, you don't. There is no free lunch. Each one does have a little issue. Like, what is it?
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
has a con. So if you know that, at least my opinion, it seems like the gas guns that they've come a long way. They really have. And if you, there's a wealth of knowledge,
there is. It's,
and if you know what to do, you can kind of
make anything really good.
Yeah.
I called it a renaissance the other day when you and I were talking, because like it's not a revival because gas guns weren't always super popular.
Yeah.
This is the day and age where everyone's making a Marui clone, so it's kind of like Clone Wars 2.0, but now it's the gas
Yes.
version.
It is the gas gun renaissance.
Yeah.
Even in the maker community, like that guy used the MWS system to make an AK-50.
Yeah, and then I've seen
he made
I've seen
an
a Barrett,
SVT
some kind of
40.
thing. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. But the one thing that I saw with Jordan, and I said this to him, and he said the same thing, is that new Lancer one for the price, it kind of is like the combat machine of gas guns for the price. Like, it works. It's just,
Yeah, the Lancer's the
Solid.
best bang for your buck.
Yeah, I think so.
Jordan was explaining this to me the other day.
and that's the new Lancer, right?
Yeah,
But with a
so I'm filming a whole video on it, so I'm not going to spoil the entire video. But the joke I've been making with it so far is it's a fat-free gun, because
It's a what?
it's a fat-free gun.
Fat-free, okay.
Yeah. So let me explain why.
It's diet gas gun.
Yeah. So
Aspartame.
this gun is $315 retail. The Double Eagle is $410 retail. There's about $100 difference. They perform identically out of the box. They shoot almost exactly the same. They all need the same level of work. So what's the difference? And the difference really boils down to they didn't spend any money on that extra fat. The bullshit that you're not going to want anyway, the stuff you're going to throw out, or the shit you're going to change. There's no trademarks. There's no fancy rail. It's an A2 pistol grip. The box is literally cardboard with a user manual and an unjamming rod. They didn't give you a patch. They didn't give you a black flash hider. They didn't even give you the BBs you're not going to shoot anyway. So all that money that goes into the extra bullshit, they didn't spend it. So now the gun's $300 instead of $400.
And you're still changing the hop-up barrel bucking anyway.
I say with Double Eagles at a bare minimum, change the hop-up bucking in the nub.
no.
On this, if you change the hop-up bucking in the nub, they shoot fantastic. Out of the box, they won't hop 2.8s. Do a 4UAD and do the 4UAD nub. It'll hop 3.6s with no problem. But just like the Double Eagles and the TMs, I threw $300 worth of parts of this gun, and now it's a $600, like after, everything build, shoots as well as our Maruis do. So, yeah, it's like the combat machine.
Yeah, but I guess the longevity is what's, because they're so new, we don't know what happens.
Right. This gun's
4
been out
months
for
from
2
now.
weeks.
It should
But it's
also
also
be-
the fact that it feels like a $300 AEG, not it doesn't feel bad, but it feels like your average run-of-the-mill AEG externally, because again, it's a $300 gun.
Sure.
Does it finally feel like does it feel like a gun that, okay, they charged you
I don't
this
think it
amount
feels
and you're
bad,
like,
though.
No,
That's
it
what
does.
I'm
That's what I'm
saying.
saying. It
That's
doesn't
what I'm
feel
saying.
bad.
It
You were
feels like-
charged appropriately.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So on this one that you've changed,
I
this,
changed.
this comes with it?
the stock comes with it. The
these-
charging handle comes with it.
the-
It should also be mentioned
Andy.
that it's not like Lancer just Chinese cloned the whole thing themselves. It's a guns modify.
No. That's different. That's still a different gun.
Oh, that is a different gun?
That's a different gun. So this is
Okay.
much like you and I were talking about, where we learned
All
how
right.
Chinese manufacturing works a little bit more.
Yeah.
Lancer rented a factory and spun up a production run for MWSs. And while they were doing that, Classic Army came in and said, can we do a run as well? So these are made to the same spec as the Lancer MWSs that are coming out in a month, but they're under the Classic Army branding. They're owned by Lancer. So it's same, but different. But that's the thing when you look at it, because next month, the Lancer ones come out and they're $400. What's going to be the difference if they're made in the same factory to the same spec? The Lancer ones are all licensed. They're SLR Rifle Works and Sons of Liberty Gun
And they
Works.
got like more
yeah,
billet
different
style.
bodies,
Yeah,
different
yeah.
rails, trademarks. They're going to come with
For
accessories.
300 and what? How much?
$315
So you
before
get
tax.
a Magpul style stock with QD. You got an ambi selector that's here and there.
yeah,
but you
I don't
could-
like it.
but
That's a skill issue, though.
You don't like it because of not that the ambi is bad, but it's just.
I just don't like ambi.
But you can replace it.
Yeah, you
to
can
a
change
single.
it. I already
There
took
you
it
go.
off.
Body seems pretty freaking solid to me. A2 pistol grip. You can always change that out to
Yeah.
anything.
Why would
And
they
then-
spend money making a different pistol grip
Exactly.
for it if you're going to change it anyway?
And then the rail.
I changed the rail.
This is a guns modify one.
yeah, I changed the
Or no
rail.
HOA. This is an HOA.
No,
one.
it's a guns modified rail.
It's a gun modified rail, but the one that it comes with is
The exact same rail, just in black. I
just in
wanted it to be
black. So
tan.
you come with an M-lock rail, so you're ready to
Yeah.
like attach lasers, lights,
Yeah, it's fine.
dildos, whatever to
Yeah.
your gun. There you go.
But internally, it takes a TM bolt. It takes a TM trigger box. The only weird thing that is like, I get it, I guess, is the pinholes don't line up on a TM lower. So you can't take the upper and throw it onto a TM, which to be fair, I don't know why you would.
Look, and then look, we know this. I've heard this from the guys in the UK is that TM has changed their magazines from generation one to
Correct.
so like, and that's why we've been having some problems with
But
that.
I had zero feeding issues with that with TMX.
So that's
Yeah.
So TM mags work
Yeah.
out of the box.
I tested TMX, guns modified. I didn't try those.
I'm just curious.
hate 'em. I didn't try
I know
'em.
that you don't like them, but I
mean-
would just be curious if they did or not. But yeah, man, this is like really solid for what it is, dude.
got gas.
For the price, like it's like
I mean, okay enough.
I mean, it works.
Yeah.
That's more to say than all the other guns. Usually, each gun has a temper metal. That's the
When
first.
this
Isn't
is
it
still a $65 mag. I don't know why you would buy this in comparison to the Classic Army mags, which are $55.
or
the mags
just a
that it comes
TM,
with,
or just
yeah, or
original
the TM mags.
or guns modify.
But in terms of like what we were saying, it is kind of the classic, or not Classic Army. It is kind of the combat machine of MWSs right now, because you buy it and do whatever the fuck you want with it. It's going to take all the aftermarket
'Cause-
parts with no issue.
In actuality, now the gas guns, because I just remember when the first gas M4 that was actually like came out was the Western Arms.
Yeah.
And that system was really, really weird and everything like that.
It was wonky.
It was just like you just got it because it was finally a gas blowback M4.
That worked.
And now this is actually skirmishable. And now that you can get the accuracy out of some of these guns, a lot of the guns you've been
Yeah.
working on, literally the limiting factor, if you're one of these guys that's a diehard AG, you're not used to like the limited round count, is really the limited round count. Your rounds are actually going to be like pretty accurate.
So it's funny. Admin Airsoft, we haven't talked about him in a while. He texted me Monday night because Lancer is sending him one too. And he was like, I know you already have him. What do I need to know about him? He's now a gas gun user for the MWS because he's been using VFC for a while. And he posted a meme this morning and it was like, thank God I'm not one of those people that decides to put an HPA adapter in.
oh,
I so like I couldn't
Oh, I
imagine
think
a more
I saw that,
soulless
yeah.
experience.
Yeah,
I saw it.
I commented on that. I was like, everybody always asks if we could and doesn't question if we should.
Yeah.
You don't need to, because even, and then yes, Novrich, I have my own opinion about that. We can talk about that at a different time. I range tested this gun from the overpass with 4.0s and green gas on a hot day. So it was like 90 degrees. The gun was chronoing 340 with 2.5s. With 4.0s, I hit the last building in CQB at the tavern.
Yeah.
that's very good.
Like, yes, it was shooting the broadside of the building, but I still hit the building with 4.0s. It's
Sure.
a pretty good shot. I think when I mathed it out, it was like 265 or 270 feet.
Makes sense.
And that's
Yeah.
flat.
That's flat. That's
Yeah.
why I want to do that with this. Because this will probably hit it exactly where I want it.
This goes
and then the other thing too is not just if you with M4s, the AKs that TM makes are nice.
So Tom and I have a little bastard child being the TM gas blowback AK. That gun fucks.
That gun's fun to shoot. Like, obviously, you know.
There you go, grab it.
I'm a boss unit guy. Like,
Yeah.
I enjoy what that brings to the table. I know it's extra weight, whatever the fuck. But that gun's fun to shoot without the boss unit.
Yeah, I will
is it-
play without that,
Yeah.
or without the boss unit on that. Now,
That's cool. It's just it's like the Saiga. That Saiga
Yeah,
that I
yeah,
have,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it's just like doo, doo, doo. It's like really chunky. You actually,
now
yeah. See, that looks sick.
here's
And
the
how
thing,
that's-
though.
And I love the handguard on that.
My autism of working on the insides of gas guns, the TM AKs don't have upgrade parts. They have a few.
I don't know if there's a BB in that chamber or not. So just hold on.
Please.
Everybody, safety squints.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a BB.
No,
No, there was none.
there's no real upgrade parts for it. You can get an upgraded recoil spring.
Oh, it's a because there's no
no
you don't-
BB in it.
and you don't have dry fire mode on.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I work in back. I see no smiles. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about gas guns.
there's no real upgrade parts. So you can do an upgraded recoil spring. You can change the hop up bucking. But also, to be fair, I don't think it needs anything. It does actually need one thing. It needs a low power flute valve because some days it decides to chrono 360 and some days it chronos 340.
Damn.
Yeah.
But there's no one that actually makes it. There's only a bunch of 3D print files online for you can 3D print it and then install it yourself. So I might have to have Anthony do that.
Yeah. I mean, the other gun that I like, and it's very similar system, is
The Saiga. Yeah, the Saiga is just that.
If you know what, if you're a gas gun user or you want to be a gas gun, if you don't want an M4 and you really don't want an AK, that Saiga 12 is kind of dope. Like
It
it's
really is.
It's 3 rounds and they actually shoot fairly accurate for what it is. Like it is like it's not like this spread that's not crazy. A lot of fun.
So I had another one of those show up recently.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody had a bullpup Saiga 12 with an HPA adapter.
Yep, same thing I have.
And
yeah.
it was having catastrophic issues. Yes, I know I need to tighten the gas block on it.
And the front sight drum, which is just
Well, that's the gas block.
well, like the drum for the front sight post.
Yeah, I'm going to tighten it up before Friday because I know.
Does even
Speaking of, Friday is normal open play. Tom's going to play with that on Friday.
What do you mean a normal? You mean a gas gun one?
No.
or-
Friday
it's
is
normal.
normal open play.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh,
From
okay.
5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Just a Friday night game.
Nice.
But feel free to run your gas guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's warm out. It's like the perfect
gas
time.
gun season.
It's gas gun season.
It's almost too warm.
So what was the wrong with the because I have the bullpup and I
It was
have
his
a regular.
regulator.
Oh,
Yeah. So I was watching, we were trying to figure out why it was like it would fire once, then it would fire half shot, then it would just leak air out of the chamber. And it turned out watching the refresh on his regulator, it wasn't coming up to speed quick enough. So the first shot was 120 PSI, and then the second shot was 110. And the third shot, it was still only at 40 PSI. The reg wasn't refreshing quick enough. I thought there was something wrong with the gun. Turns
the
out
only
there
thing
wasn't.
with that
I love
gun,
this thing.
the only thing with that the AirTac one, that's the one from UK, which I think is the best one you can get. The only thing is you just got to, when you plug in air for the first time, it will fire unless you already racked it already.
The Noverage gun does the exact same thing,
Yeah.
and it's just because technically the flute valve is open.
Yeah.
So if you go to plug air in, because we had that happen, one of them showed up in the shop and it was shooting full auto only. Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. To be fair, that's not so much of a design issue. I don't want to go too in detail with the Noverage gun, but if you have one, run it at 120 PSI and then adjust the internal end pass down. Green gas is 110 to 120 PSI. So if you're trying to starve the gun, giving it 80 PSI, no shit, it's going to fire full auto only because it's not resetting the bolt every time. But
Wow.
the Saiga, yeah, it was just leaking air down the chamber because of that.
Yeah, because the you just got to know, and that's what it is. I will say with the gas guns compared to like AEGs and a lot of the HPA units, I think the gas guns are. It seems more complicated, but it actually kind of isn't. In the sense that like there's a few moving parts.
Little
They're
yes, little no. A lot of it comes down to science being gas pressure
No, there's that, but like a lot of this stuff is like
and alignment.
easily more accessible than like what Anthony does, where it's like these little parts that have to like there's 36 parts that move together, whereas I feel like the gas guns they're
Yes.
not as
Yeah.
there's a little more tolerance if I can get where at least you can get it to function, but maybe it's not shooting well, so then you go, okay, I got to change a bucking. Whereas like with you, it's a lot of like you have that video of like what is it, the the order of how you do things. What did you call that video? Where
The systematic approach to building AEGs
where
and the
you
like.
yeah, like that you can kind of don't.
Well,
have,
you are correct and slightly incorrect, and
The
not in a
name's
bad
Vance
way.
from Vance Refrigeration.
But at the same time, because a lot of those same principles that Anthony talks about, I have to still follow those same things.
Okay.
Because alignment is a big thing.
Yeah.
And making sure everything is installed perfectly is another big thing. Because if your output valve is not tightened all the way, it's not going to seal the mag. In the same way that if you decide to use a new buffer with the old buffer spring and it's causing some kind of out of alignment issue, we saw this recently with that kid Alex, the one that does the frog kits, now the new kit that him and Shanae designed. He used the wrong buffer in a double eagle buffer tube and it cracked the buffer tube.
oh,
So if
The
you
buffer tube. Where did it crack?
basically it just wore out on the inside until it had a crack on it.
wow.
shit.
Because the buffer was out of alignment, because double eagle buffers are slightly off spec from the original TM. So if you throw, say, a G&P buffer for an MWS into that, it doesn't work properly and eventually it just breaks it. So you kind of still have that same thing. And the way he talks about nozzle retention with the bucking, you still have to worry about that in a gas gun. Like all kind of the same principles he's applying,
Yeah.
still have to do them, just different.
But
That's
you
consistent across any airsoft gun.
Well, I think
Right.
you,
if
okay.
it's shooting a BB and if it has a bucking and it has a barrel and it has a thing that's applying hop, head space is important. That space between
Yeah.
the BB and the nozzle before you take the shot. You don't want hot dog down a hallway. Like if your gas gun chambers a BB and then when you aim it down, the BB rolls out of the barrel. Like obviously that's a big problem. You're not going to get compression. It's not going to shoot well.
Yeah.
And then you have the added thing, right? Where the propellant, and in this case, for most gas guns, we use cold propellant, right? So now you're kind of depending on atmospherics. You're introducing moisture to a system. The gas is like you're getting inconsistencies every shot, which is why the frog kit exists, because everybody's trying to switch over to a dry, warm gas. You know what I mean?
And that's also why systems like the MWS excel in comparison to the VFC, because the way that TM designed the nozzle and the bolt carrier with that mag, it's consistent on a level that most gas guns don't get. Like Anthony's aiming for a 1 to 2 FPS deviation. If I get within 10 over 10 shots on a gas gun, like if I start in a gun shooting 340 and it doesn't dip below 335 or above 345, I'm super fucking happy, because that's almost unheard of with gas guns.
You know what I'm curious about? And I don't know if something like this existed. I've seen this before for tag-in shells, where you have a HPA tank and then there's an adapter that lets you
Right. So that used to be called the Devil Hunter mod for
Now-
THKs.
What if we had like a tank, right, an HPA tank, and we had a regulator where we can adjust the output? So let's say you wanted to simulate green gas, which is what,
120, depending on the
PSI.
temperature.
You'd set the output pressure of your tank and your regulator to 120 PSI, and then you could fill a mag with that. Would that not work because it doesn't become a liquid?
No, because it's compressed air versus compressed liquid. That's
Yeah.
why
you would have to have each mag have 1200 PSI in it to accommodate for 10 shots at 120 PSI. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't
Yeah,
work like
right.
that, like it scales.
And then the
but
mags would also have to have their
They'd
own
be-
regulator.
that's why-
they'd be
with-
made of carbon fiber. Like they would
Yeah.
be $300 mags.
that's
like,
why with the GHK on the original versions there was the Devil Hunter mod. Same principle, use bottled CO2, much like we're doing with the mortar system actually. And you would change the fill valve. This is going to get really fucking nerdy for a second. You would take a GHK M4 mag. You would change the fill valve to specifically a KJW M9 fill valve. You would then make sure you put a CO2 output valve in it. Grease everything up with super lube multi-purpose synthetic, and then go buy a paintball CO2 tank and the Mad Bull CO2 adapter and fill your mag with liquid CO2. It would give you more recoil, a little bit of a bump in FPS, but the CO2 valve was meant to basically regulate it down to normal operating pressure, and you would get like 150 shots out of a GHK mag.
Yeah,
which is
that was
wild.
cool.
Why didn't you do that?
I did that for a long time, but those Mad Bull adapters sucked. In this day and age, the adapters are better engineered and better designed, and they work for a lot longer. The other problem is CO2 is still a cold and somewhat dry gas.
Yeah.
So randomly while you're driving to an MSATO event, your CO2 tank blows out in the back of your car, and now you have no fucking CO2 and mags that are meant for CO2. So you're stopping at Dick's hoping they still have the CO2 compressor system. Most likely they don't. So you're buying 88 gram CO2s and going to Walmart to buy that same fucking adapter. And now you only fill 3 mags off of that 88 gram. So it got to be more of a hassle than just convert everything back to green gas, run map gas, and put an put a regulator in it so the gun will regulate map gas down to 120.
I think what I was meaning is that, like, for troubleshooting I feel like gas guns will fire even if, like, there are problems. They'll do something, whereas like an AEG.
Oh yeah, but it's going to
doesn't-
make a funky noise.
Yeah, or some, but you understand what I'm saying is like an AEG, like the anti-reverse latch goes, it just one part breaks. Is
Yeah,
that
you're going to get a chunk instead of an actual shot.
whereas
Yeah.
like gas guns, I feel they're a little more forgiving in that sense. Like that
Sometimes,
like,
but that could actually break something worse.
But that's what I'm saying. Yes, that is true. But like it just seems to me like
I've got a
especially
G&G, a G&G gas blowback M4 I'm working on for a customer right now. They decided to just fucking do it different. On the top of the bolt carrier, there's 2 screws that holds the nozzle retainer in, much like the MWS. But for some reason, they are poorly designed. Sorry, G&G. The screws just back themselves out while you're shooting, and then they eject themselves somewhere into the action of the gun. So one of them landed on top of the nozzle and cracked his nozzle in half.
Nice.
The other one went behind the bolt carrier and landed in the trigger group and was jammed in between the auto sear and the trigger. So the gun just fired uncontrollably full auto. Yeah, thanks G&G, which also reminds me I have to take a photo of that bolt carrier and send it to G&G.
It's like Final Destination levels of chance.
That's why the other day when you were like, I can't find my miscellaneous bin of M3 screws, I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to repair a bolt carrier right now. Sorry, dude.
Heaven forbid somebody has to take a piss. You know what I mean? They take their iPro off, and he's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's take a break.
And we can stop tisming about gas guns.
Yeah, and then we'll come back and talk about Norwich's laser tag.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
And Anthony's Dean's connector story.
Well, hold on. Is that Patreon? I don't know.
Go buy some merch. Head on over to Zulu24.square.site. Pick up a t-shirt, a hoodie, a summer hoodie. We've even got shoes on there. Heck, you never know. You know what I mean? Buy one for your grandmother. She'll love you forever. Maybe put you back in the wheel. Anyway, get on over there. Check out our merch. It's always changing. Zulu24.square.site. And look for the little merch tab.
But no.
Are we
Did
back?
somebody else? Oh, thank you. Oh, this sticker. Did somebody else reserve a spot yesterday?
So, no.
Okay.
Just the one guy who emailed.
That's the one I was talking about.
Yes.
So now it's 2.
Correct.
Okay.
But he did it only for Sunday.
Oh, I didn't think that one through. Because I updated that photo I posted in the story where it's like reserved. And then I put another one next to it.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, there's going to be so many people the day of that didn't see any of that stuff. They're just like, what the fuck? Why can't I brag up on the fucking
They're like, can I get this square? Yes, you can. Here, this is cost this much. Okay.
I'm just trying to keep the people updated.
I understand.
It's a new system. There'll be kinks.
And I also saved the whole bullshit of when someone's like, what do you mean you were posting it all week on Instagram? We didn't see any of that. Well, you should have had your post notifications turned on.
Hit the bell notification.
Which is a great time to talk about like and subscribe.
like, comment, and subscribe.
Did you know that 100% of you guys,
Well, no, there's 50 of them that are subscribed.
99.9.
99.9, okay, that's a stretch. I would say like 85% of you are not subscribed to the new Zulu 24 podcast.
Well, actually,
YouTube
if we
channel?
do the numbers based off of last week's episode, that means 83% of them are not subscribed.
83.
Because last week's episode got 600 views on YouTube. And if we have 50 subscribers on the new channel, that means 83% of them are not subscribed.
Did you know that 83% of you guys are not subscribed to the new Zulu
How
24
many-
podcast YouTube?
How many are on the? How many are following the
The new
podcast page?
podcast page is 56.
Okay, so I did it for 54, and that's 0.01%. Assuming that the 4,000 we have on. the
Oh
current
yeah,
one
you're talking about of the 4,100 or something.
actually is 0.013.
I was like, there's no way my math is that far off. Okay, yeah. I was doing it based off of the views on the last episode.
Well.
which
Well.
is at
Well.
Well,
Well.
Dude, what the fuck?
So I received a phone call.
Stop. And we're back.
So I received.
Stop. And we're back. I didn't feel like the first one was good enough.
So
Pause.
I received a phone call one day, and I was late to
when
work.
was this?
At this point, I forgot. Whenever I
This
said it was on the
was-
last episode, it was on a Friday.
No, this was on a Monday.
Ah, yes.
This was on a Monday. This was the
I don't-
Monday before we.
It was on a day.
I don't think it matters at all.
It doesn't.
Go ahead.
I
You
got
have
a
to have
call.
the details.
It was last Monday. It was the day before we
Otherwise,
recorded.
someone will say it's fake. Fake
I'm
news.
like, Anttech Airsoft, this is Anthony. Hi, my name is Robin Dean. I'm the inventor of the Dean connector. I'm like,
That's a bold claim.
yeah, I'm like, all right. I was like, well, this is pretty interesting. I was like, oh, what's up? And he's basically like, did you know that all the Dean connectors that you're using are frauds and they're knockoffs of the real thing? And I was like, yeah, I would probably guess that. Like, it's China. But I was like, are you actually the inventor of the Dean connector? He's like, yes. And he told me the whole thing. And I had to like look him up before we even talked about technical data on the Dean connectors. I was like, so I Googled him. As I'm talking to him, I'm Googling him and letting Google AI, like, you know, tell me information about him. He's like, no, but like, you can go on the patent. He was like, so originally on the patent, my father was the inventor, and then they amended it. So if you go on the very last page of the patent, he's like, I was like around, because we talked for a little bit leading up to this. I was like, told him how old I was and stuff. He's like, I was maybe around your age, maybe like 24 or something when I invented it. And my dad went to file the patent, and they asked for a name for the inventor, and he was like, I guess me. So then he wrote his own name. So he's like, but they amended it.
Stolen valor.
So that was a crucial detail, because I looked up the patent and I scrolled all the way down, and we have this petition that was added, signed and sealed on the 7th day of April 2007. On petition requesting issuance of a certificate for correction of inventorship pursuant to 35 USC 256, it has been found that the above identified patent, through error and without any deceptive intent, improperly sets forth the inventorship. Accordingly, it is hereby certified that the correct inventorship of this patent is William S. Deans, Paramount, California, U.S., and Robin W. Deans, Long Beach, California, U.S. So I was like, okay, so anybody can look up the patent and know that. But like, I basically kept grilling him to see if he was actually the real guy first. And then, yeah, he told me the whole story about how he invented the Dean connectors for like the RC world, and it blew up. And then he went on to tell me how all the Dean connectors that we're getting right now in Airsoft are not good. And he's like, he's basically trying to tell me to buy Dean connectors. And he showed, like, I'm on the official website now where I would get the real Dean connectors, and man, they are more expensive than just buying 100-pack of Titan Power Dean connectors.
I mean, what?
And I did tell him straight up, I was like, where we're at right now in Airsoft, like as far as the amp draw and the resistance from the connector alone, with brushless motors, these builds are so efficient now that, you know, I don't know if it'll make a marginal difference as far as how the gun feels when people are shooting it just from the connector. And his claim was, if I soldered the battery directly to the gun, it would have more resistance and draw more amps than using the Dean connector. And I'm like, that makes no sense.
Yeah,
I was like, but that was his claim. And I am going to buy some real Dean connectors, just a couple, just to test out.
Wait, he said that soldering the actual battery to the device, to the Airsoft gun, would be
less efficient.
Less efficient than plugging in with a Dean's.
Yes.
That sounds...
It's a little snake oily.
You know, but like, I know that the guys in the tech Discord that I'm in would be all over this. And it was really like novel that the inventor of the Dean connector reached out.
It's kind of funny. Yeah.
It is so funny. I was like, okay. I thought he was going to offer me a job. No, he didn't.
Sponsored by Dean's Connectors.
not sponsored. I'm going to spend my own money on these Dean connectors. But he has tests. He has YouTube videos where they're like putting power through the connectors, and they're comparing it to the XT connectors. And from what I saw in those videos, it is conclusive that authentic Dean connectors, as opposed to the knockoff Dean connectors we all have, the authentic ones will perform better than those yellow XT connectors. And why does this fucking matter? Because there are Airsoft techs that are like, I only use XT connectors on all of my shit. But apparently there's the patent, and the material that they're using for the connector is a little bit of an in-house recipe. But he said that the gold plating on all these other connectors is like bullshit. And
that I do believe.
Yeah. So we looked up, it was called gold dusting. And apparently that's just a very, very thin layer of gold flash plating, which according to the AI that's no longer here, Gold flash plating. Let's try to look that up again.
Should be an AI tab if you go up there. Just kidding.
So it's like we're looking at micrometers, like gold plating versus gold flash.
Oh.
So apparently, like the gold flash is not really true gold plating on all these fake Dean connectors. And it's really just a gimmick. Like it doesn't do anything. But he's like, ours is actually gold plated. And we're talking about the price of gold and everything.
$4,000 an ounce.
He's like, we're at a point now where the gold is getting really expensive. We're maybe going to make just like silver Dean connectors just for the price. And I'm like, dude, it's like you're more so selling jewelry at this point than you are selling Dean connectors.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, when we first started making these, the gold was so cheap.
Maybe that's why they're always called T-plugs now instead of Deans.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So Dean's is the official name, and it's called a Dean's connector because of the last
T-plugs.
name of the inventor. Yeah. So he was like, you know, we used to get the gold plating on the Dean connector, and we're like, all right, we're selling you a Dean connector with some gold plating, and now he's like, we're selling you gold plating with some Dean connector on it.
Yeah.
So
It's selling you a wedding ring.
it's pretty interesting. And he says like you want to try the pair of the Dean. You don't want to take our Dean and then plug it into a counter. I was like, well, of course. Like I would want to test it. True, but it was a really interesting thing. It was an interesting conversation, and it was really funny because I was grilling him trying to see if he was actually the real deal. And from all account he told me, I was able to verify it. And I'm like, either this guy is obsessed with the inventor of the Dean connector and is really scammy, or this is actually the guy that made the
But
Dean
why
connector.
would he call you?
Well, he called me first. Well, he called the store first, and he was looking for Anthony because Barbara answers the phone, and he kind of gives her the whole same thing, but love Barbara. Dean's connectors are not her forte, so she's just like, the ones we use right now are fine. We don't need whatever you're trying to sell us. But if you really want to talk to Anthony, redial this number and press 3. And then she immediately hangs up with him and calls me and goes, so this guy called me and said something about a Dean's connector and he's the guy that invented it and he wanted to talk to Anthony. I was like, just tell him to call Anthony. It's going to be way better if he talks to him anyway, because I wouldn't have known any of that shit that you just talked about with him. I would have been like, we buy him in bulk from Titan, like everybody else in the industry.
Yeah. You know, it was kind of interesting. He was not like calling me to be like, let me send you a real one so you can test the difference. He's like, yeah, you can just go buy it.
He was selling.
But then he was
he
like,
was trying to pick a hill to die on.
Well,
but
it was
then
a
he
sales
also
call.
offered that I can send him a gun with the Dean connector and then without it so that he can do tests. And I was just like, no, like it's all right.
Yeah, nah.
But I don't know. He sounded young, but I imagine he's.
How much are real Dean's connectors?
I will show you.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Like gold has the lowest resistance. Silver being next, I believe, right?
But even then, like the pack of 100 Dean's connectors is like $20, or T-plugs from Titan is like $20.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
So for me to get a pair, a male and a female
Oh, and they give you the
Dean connector, and it comes with some heat shrink. It's like $10 before
Whoa.
shipping.
Per pair. Hold on.
Per pair.
I will say, yeah, there's definitely like a color difference there. Like those are gold. Yeah.
I wonder who else he's called.
I don't know, but imagine you invented something and you have a patent for it, which
But
means
then look, like on the female end, that doesn't look gold.
yeah, it's probably just the coloring. I don't know, but imagine you invent something, you get a patent for it, and then
Look at it.
all these Chinese manufacturers are ripping off your product, and nobody's buying your product that you invented anymore.
But they're still calling the knockoff your product.
and they're selling a counterfeit,
Yeah.
you know, and nobody knows you exist. I think this was partially that.
Oh, no, I've seen him. Yeah.
I think this call was him reaching out to. I don't know how he heard of me.
Oh, no, and I'm sorry. It's for a pack of 100 connectors.
You do
from
say
Titan, it's
Dean's a
44.
lot. Maybe use the AI, like what in this industry?
I'm gonna start saying T-plug.
When he called, apparently he referenced specifically seeing one of Anthony's videos. He saw one of his tech tutorials.
Okay. There you go.
That was what he told Barbara, because she said he referenced a video that Anthony posted on his YouTube channel. So
Interesting.
Made in the USA. Yeah, but see, even look, the female side, unless it's pre-tend, it's not going to be a gold on gold fucking connection anyway. So it doesn't matter that they plated.
On one hand, it's like I don't want to make my customer builds more expensive than they need to be.
That's an extra $20 you have to put in there, basically.
Yeah, but they're going to use batteries that have the regular D plugs. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And then
that's
the
right.
batteries come and go. So I don't want to do that. But then again, if I'm offering a premium thing, why not also have?
Yeah, but that sounds like
You
you're
can
trying to sell them.
Look, you can put it as an option, right? Like, hey, we can put this a real Dean's connector in your gun, and I can take one of your batteries of choice and put the real Dean's female on it.
You can change their cabin filter while you're on it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So to me, it's like
I'll vacuum out your footwell, like whatever.
I was going to try to see. I tried to convince him to make a Discord. I was like, dude, the guys in the Discord would love to have you on there. He's like, I'm not on social media. I was
Well,
like,
there's your problem.
well, if there's anything that you should have, it's a Discord, and you should join this community.
He's clearly autistic, so he's down.
Yeah, he's like very like RC.
Yeah.
He was telling me about competitions that they won.
Yeah, it makes sense in that regard.
Yeah.
Like, there's probably some drone operators that are using those connectors because they're the best ones too.
Well, they have. I mean, they're GSA certified. They're definitely selling to the government. But I also know that I've seen many Dean connectors when I was working at West Point, and
They weren't always the
They're-
Dean.
we had literally purchased the 100 pack of the Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which,
Granted,
correction,
this is for airsoft guns, but
the 100 pack when you get the male and female from Titan is $44.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Well,
like
I don't think the price. It's not the price that we're looking at. It's the genuine statement of actual quality, right?
Yeah, and like I am not a fan of intellectual property being stolen and then counterfeited and sold for cheap, especially if it's an inferior product.
Yeah.
You know, that's bullshit.
Well, but maybe that's where the argument lies: is that are the current T plugs that inferior?
That's what I would have to
It
test.
sucks. I mean, it sucks that they ripped his design, but that's China. We all know that. You know,
I mean, it sounds like for RC cars with those giant batteries and like all those brushless motors, and a lot of the electronics, it makes sense. I'd want a premium connector.
Right. But even
For-
in the airsoft world, it's like if that was to be adopted mainstream, like everyone just decides to rebel against China and only uses the real Dean's connectors, that raises the price of batteries by $5 to $7.
if we rebel against China, there is no airsoft.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
basically.
Or we all have to go to using gas guns
So
Get
it's,
ready to use gas guns.
it's tough because I
in
feel
the winter.
I feel for the situation that he's in.
Yeah.
But
Do they have any other products?
they have wire, and then they actually have these other connectors that are not Dean's. They're like
They're not T-shaped.
they have these little 3-pin connectors, and that interests me a lot.
Sounds like the E-Volt.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it's different. It's a different plug, but
Oh.
this is like a really small connector. So I'm thinking like if I wanted to make a Bosch unit cable,
Sure.
quick detach. So maybe I could wire a gun with wire and then have one Boss cable, and then so like these look like a really compact form factor for doing something like
Now
that.
that you have my attention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's really cool. But man, I got to tell you, there is a price difference.
It's a tough sell.
Yeah.
In our industry, it's a tough sell for marginal improvement. Yeah, support USA,
having
all
fun
that
with
stuff, and but
Yeah.
you know when the alternative is only slightly degraded, you know what I mean? Like it's tough and it sucks, right? This guy probably spent a lot of time coming up with this product, and you know China just rips it off. But again, that's fucking
That's
China. That's
what China does.
that's literally their modus operandi. You know, one would think that you would just kind of move on and develop a better product, like build off of that.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, and this is a company that I'm looking at their about page. So a pioneer in the RC industry, Dean's began with reeds and relays in 1955. They were doing RC stuff in the 50s.
Oh wow.
So that's the dad. And that looks like an RC plane. Does your RC car transmitter have a steering wheel? Dean's was the first in the world to design and produce a wheel radio. So like, this is a historic company that seems to have made
Oh, like
many,
the wheel
many
like that thing?
breakthroughs
Like
in
that?
the RC industry, you know.
Yeah, but then you have to look like, you know, adaptation is a huge part of being a business, right? And
This is
the fact
why-
that, the fact that they don't have social media is like
That's
That's a
like
big thing.
That's a big thing.
Nobody
why
even know.
I don't-
Everyone would think of Dean's is like just a name, not an actual guy's last name. Like that's like kind of a dying company, is a company that's actually named after the inventor. That's not, you really don't see that too much anymore. It's usually an amalgamation of some kind of acronym or some like
Yeah.
action words like Facebook or Sproing or just wacky names that just mean nothing, nonsense. Not like the
Klarna.
actual. Yeah. All that shit.
What the fuck is Twitter?
It's a tweet.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like Connect, like you know, it's like some Silicon Valley startup name.
I'm not shitting on the guy. I mean, he did his part, but I mean, how many years of
Did you try to sue Radio Shack into the ground because they had a whole line of their RC cars? They probably use Dean's connectors too.
I mean, the thing is,
Or
that's
T-plugs or
a
whatever.
U.S. retailer. Like, if you have a patent and if
Yeah,
your patent's being
that's what I'm
infringed,
getting at.
you can litigate and you can collect damages, which is still an expensive thing. And this better be a product that's like making whatever you're spending on that lawyering
Yeah.
and that courtroom litigation. It has to be a small price to pay compared to the amount of money that you're trying to collect damages on.
Yeah.
It feels like it's very possible that it's like one of those things that I've seen like a lot of companies recently. They're really struggling, especially with like, you know, all the economic turmoil. So like I wouldn't be surprised that like now he's feeling the price of gold that's gone up and some other stuff.
yeah.
But so now it's like now he's got to start selling, and the problem is he's like 20th century thinking or selling in a
Think of it
21st
like this.
century world. And in all honesty,
When in reality, it would probably benefit him more, much like he said he doesn't want to do it or doesn't use it, if he made a social media page and started making a push on TikTok and
why?
And the
why
history
your
of
connectors are fake?
or the
Yeah.
history of
Yeah.
what it
Like,
is. Like that's
people
cool.
would
Like
eat that shit up, and
Yeah.
he's taking a missed opportunity because
This is-
instead he's cold calling businesses to basically tell them
Well,
that they're using the wrong parts.
Fairly small
which is
business
kind of like
too.
yeah.
Here's the other thing. Dean's as a company right now is only offering 4 products.
Yep.
2 sets of wires, you know, the noodle wires, which that's probably pretty cool, right? And then 2 connectors.
Yeah.
My guy.
Yeah.
You're not a company, you're a product. You know what I mean? Like,
Diversify your revenue streams.
well, it's not only that, but like, it's like you made the connector. I mean, your dad or whoever did the remote control and all that stuff.
This is what I admire. This is a company that was founded by a boomer. And even the boomer's son, up until this point, has not outsourced the manufacturing to China.
I appreciate that.
sure, that's fine,
Right.
but he's really, I mean,
Like, so they did the opposite.
it can't be a complicated fucking process.
Right.
But at the same
But we
time,
don't know.
in this
We
day
don't
and
know
age
that
with-
either. We don't know that either.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
he
guess
did.
If you're trying to push the sale of your product, people need to know about your product. So to do that, you need to have some kind of marketing, which in this day and age is media. So
Yep.
social media. Make some history videos on why the Dean's connector was made. Make some videos showing why it's better. Put it on TikTok,
it's-
and
you know what's
YouTube,
funny?
and all these other platforms.
It's funny that we're talking about this because we were talking about, my buddy developed a product.
Yeah.
And I told him when we were talking on the phone, I was like, we should make shitty versions of it and immediately start with like, this is why you don't buy the knockoffs.
Yeah.
Like the knockoffs don't exist yet, but we're creating the knockoffs to show why you shouldn't buy the knockoffs.
Yeah.
Right. He could have done the same thing, except there are knockoffs and there's probably demonstratable reasons.
Airsoft might not be the most beneficial median for that, but RC,
through media, you can make it that way.
you can.
Just
You
like
can try.
just like Grey Goose. You know, you ever see the story about Grey Goose vodka? They just
I
made up
totally
a bunch
have.
of shit. Like you could do the same thing.
Yeah.
Just be like, you hook a meter up or resistance.
I mean, you know how many blank T-shirt companies there are?
Yeah.
True classic tees.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
yeah,
they're selling T-shirts.
Yeah, dude.
Marketing is huge.
It's like Tommy Hilfiger. This one's great, right? So Tommy Hilfiger, he's a nobody. He's just a guy named Tommy Hilfiger, right? Has no products, nothing. He has nothing. He pays for a billboard, and it says like America's, or not America's, but like it just says luxury brands, and it's like Armani, and then I don't know, Gucci, and then Tommy Hilfiger. He made it up. He fucking made it up, and then the world's
Love
like,
it.
oh, who's this Tommy Hilfiger guy? And he's like,
He's
yeah.
in Soho. And
He-
like,
he's like, oh, my jeans are $700. They're like, must be good, right? Like fucking.
Yep.
Oh, that's why.
Indubitably. So yeah, interesting story.
No, that's awesome, dude. I mean, that's why my BBs didn't go through. He's got my old card.
And then I received a phone call from the original inventor of the AEG,
Yeah.
from Chokyo Marui himself. He's a very old man now.
Marui man.
Marui.
Marui.
Starting with the Gen 1 FAMAS. Which, to be fair, not to circle too hard back to the gas gun one, I really want to see one of those gas blowback FAMASs.
Why? It's the
Oh.
grossest gun.
Oh, the North.
I know. I
Gun
just want to
needs-
see how it works internally. I'm
gun
starting to
needs to
turn into
die.
Anthony.
I only like the FAMAS because it was the first AEG ever made was a FAMAS. Otherwise, I would have no feelings towards that gun.
I
It's just the FAMAS I have is it wasn't produced in the 90s, right? It was a reproduction from TM, but it's still the original design. The
So-
it's
TM
still the
FAMAS.
version 1 gearbox.
It's like that's where it started. So
You know,
that's where I like that FAMAS. It's Airsoft history.
What's crazy is that when I was in high school, I worked at Hudson Valley Paintball. Right? It doesn't exist anymore. Burned down in fire. But anyway,
Santos.
yeah. He was like, look at this new thing called Airsoft. We had like 2 Tokyo Marui MP5s and a Tokyo Marui FAMAS. And
Nice.
this is like 1998. Like
God.
that thing
Yeah.
is a museum piece.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The one thing I regret never buying was this guy in New Jersey had he was an old school collector. This had to have been like 2007 or 2008 or 9, and he had 2 SIG 552 Commandos with Hurricane body kits. They were immaculate. He had all the mags, and I never bought it. And I wish I had done it. I didn't know. Now, oh my God, they would be so sick. They were like beautiful, and I would be like. I think about that all the time. I thought the one time that I missed out on something that would have been
the one that got away.
Yeah.
What are some discontinued guns that you wish you purchased when they were still available?
Bitcoin. Oh,
Like, I think for me, the Magpul PDRC, the Magpul Masada,
trying to think of
those are big ones. The Type 97, the real sword.
Type 97. I kind of wish either that or the B. Because
A VFC AK-74, the AEG.
oh, the old one. Yeah,
I wish I was able to get one of those.
yeah, the old school one. I'm trying to think. There's got to be something that I can't think of off the top of my head, and I'll remember it later on. I'll be like, oh, that one. I'm like, oh shit. I'm trying to think of.
well, in the meantime, while you think of that, did you guys see Navrich's new video?
The one that I brought up.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Which one?
The laser tag.
He didn't watch it.
No, I didn't see it.
I didn't. I only watched the first half where he's like showing how it works, and it's like
No,
and
you have to watch the second half.
Oh,
The reason being,
It's crazy.
so they're playing Milsim laser tag with guns that look somewhere between a FAMAS and the Halo battle rifle, the one that has the scope.
yeah.
with bullpup
Why are we
and
not
3
reacting to it?
Well,
Because reaction content is
again, we
low-hanging
talked
fruit.
about doing it once a month, and
One
this isn't-
overreaction a month.
This is
Oh.
also not worth doing a reaction
it's
video
not.
to. This is worth-
Pause.
Yeah, no,
Pause.
it's not.
he goes over in the beginning of the video like how the gun works, and it's like you have health points, and it's connected to these sensors that are like on their helmets. and
I know.
their
You
gear.
saw that. That was
All
cool.
right.
Where they were playing was cool.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
They were playing in public.
Yeah.
Dude, there's like people taking pictures
Yeah.
and they're just like running around.
Oh, I didn't
them.
know that part.
Dude, this is a public square
Where? Like what?
In
in
China.
China.
In China.
China.
And it's
And-
like people walking around with like selfie sticks with their family, like doing stuff, cars driving by, but then there's dudes in golf carts with full tack gear and laser tag rifles. And they're like getting into engagements across the street while cars are just
And where they-
driving by.
Where they were playing, it looked like you ever seen like pictures of the Forbidden City
yeah.
in
Kinda.
China, like that.
Yeah.
Battlefield 4 Dragon Rising.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah, that's probably the inspiration for it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because it looked identical to that. But it was nuts, dude. And the guns would talk. So the gun is connected to
The sensors on you.
yeah. And so it's got like a little LCD screen on it that's got your health, how many rounds you have left in
Yeah.
the magazine, how many magazines you have left. You don't have to physically reload. You just have to like pull the charging handle.
The neat part, it extended the range of airsoft gunfights.
yeah.
Because like he's engaging dudes just like 500, 600, 700 feet away, which is cool.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
still kind of lame that the gun's just like, meow,
But is it actually? Is he getting hits at that?
Yeah.
range?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, think of it. It's a laser.
No, but
It's
he,
not-
but
there's
he was
no ballistics.
where I stopped watching is where he said he had to. He said you can't see the laser. You have to shoot at a certain target
To zero
to
your shit.
zero your shit, and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, hopefully it doesn't get jostled around. But I guess it doesn't. I guess it.
Yeah, because there's like a clip, the one I'm thinking of, he's engaging dudes that are driving towards him on a golf cart and they look pretty far away. And I'm just like, holy fuck, he hit them because they stopped driving because they got hit.
Yeah.
And then there's another one where he's like engaging dudes around a corner, but people are like walking, but he's still shooting at them from like a bush It's really weird.
Also, the gun, your gun, if I shoot you, my gun will say hit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like hito, but like, so
Yeah.
so I know that I'm hitting you. Obviously, one shot doesn't kill. I'm sure that's a setting.
Several, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like video
So
game
when he's shooting, it's like hito.
Ah.
And then when he gets shot,
it says something else.
there's like a different thing, and like his little sensor will light up. And then when you're dead, all your sensors light up. And then on the little LCD screen on the back of your rifle, like I guess it says,
Yeah, and then like somebody can come over and like hold a button on your rifle and it'll revive you.
well, he was like, I'm bleeding.
Oh yeah,
Like, how do you stop a bleed? So then like a medic has to come over, and I guess if you like touch tips of the barrel, like
Yeah,
that,
oh, yeah, it said that. I was like,
revives.
what?
Yeah, that
I
like
was like-
revives it. It was really cool, right? So
It's neat.
it's super neat. I mean, for us in America, it's like, whatever. But and even he was like, I'd like to see the BB and the hit, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And you're never gonna get that with laser tag. However, you will get the ranges right now. Combine that with blank fire,
Yeah.
or boss shooting
I was thinking
Yeah.
with
Bosch.
50 cows and fucking like that shit would be fucking
It'd be cool.
awesome. Now, obviously, you couldn't go to Times Square and fucking do
You're
that.
just describing Miles gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
that is. That's all that whole system is. But
Yeah.
like that would be a fucking.
But
experience.
I wonder because they're still using the same design of the Miles gear. I'm wondering if you updated Miles gear for like the 21st century, like
That's probably
what they're
what
doing.
that is. I mean-
like maybe a little bit better. Like if it was blank fire and you had that and you had to carry the ammunition on you and you had those kind of ranges, I'd be kind of down to play that.
Yeah,
I'd be
almost
kind of
fuck.
down. That would be like,
Dude,
I'm still just stuck on the fact that we're doing it in public.
no public, no iPro.
Yeah.
like
And people didn't even bother. They were just like, man, whatever.
yeah.
like they really didn't care.
What the fuck?
Well, actually, you know
You
what?
can't do that here. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, even if it was just laser tag.
Yeah.
because they're decked out like
They're wearing gear.
So I actually asked my friend Jason, actually yesterday, I talked to him about, because he was asking me about the Type 97. He's going to fill out one of those forms to do some work on his thing. And I was asking him about
got to
like
reach
gun-
out to me first.
Yes, he's going to reach out to you. And he said how firearms ownership works in China. And he said there's like one ethnic minority in China that is allowed to have firearms, and it's black powder rifle that they're meant for hunting. And the government actually issues them the actual black powder. So like they're totally fine with that. And then there's been like a video coming around of some guy, he's like a white guy that like somehow gets wrangled into doing a mock-up of like the Chinese Revolution or whatever. And that is, those guns are demilled guns, but otherwise you don't own guns. You can go to like your local military base, apparently when they have an open house, but they have apparently when they do like a shooting range, they'll have like all the crazy shit, but it's like on a cable, like kind of like what
like
Australia
Australia
does. And but he was telling me about the black powder being issued because of it's ceremonial to them, and in their like whatever their laws and constitution, they allowed them, this one subsection group, to have these muzzle loaders for hunting purposes. And I was like, wow, that's kind of weird. So the whole thing of, he literally said like, yeah, if somebody was walking around with like a fake gun or whatever, no one would bat an eye because
because they know it's fake.
Yeah, it's that like, whereas here it'd be like,
Isn't China the first culture to invent a firearm?
they invented fireworks.
yeah, well, firework,
gunpowder.
and then they did have like,
They use like bamboo sticks
yeah,
and black
they had,
powder.
and they used rocks with the what was the, before the Ming Dynasty or whatever. That was like the three people that, because it was right after the Huns. It was about 100 years or 125 years after the Huns had taken over China, and then to fight them back, that was the only
Orb
way.
spotted.
Yeah, that was the one.
Oh my god.
That was what they used. They used a little fire stick thing. But the Europeans really went fucking hardcore on that.
Sorry.
Would you see a ghost?
I just saw somebody walking to the bathroom, dude. I swear to
What?
God.
Are you-
I swear to you, dude.
like the whole trip.
No, not
Dave
the whole
might be
trip.
going
Yeah,
schizophrenic.
dude. I think I just lost my shit. I don't know.
It is very
Well,
hot
that is a
today.
camera right there. Will that be like?
I don't know. It's like behind the counter. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Dave's tweaking.
It's so hot out.
I don't sleep.
When we took the break, I went outside to do a phone call. It was so humid that just me standing out there, I felt like I was gonna have diarrhea. Like that's how hot it was. It like boiled whatever shit I have in there, and it was like ready to squirt out.
Oh no!
Well,
That's how hot it was. It was gross. It's gross out.
but did you see how when you pull the trigger on that laser gun, like the butt pad like hits you in the shoulder?
Yeah, like jiggles. Yeah.
It's freaking cool, man. But
It's
yeah,
neat.
I think that system, obviously the shape of the gun, whatever, with blank fire, and that'd be fucking awesome, dude.
I saw the cool factor with that. I was more bringing it up in the group chat of like, this is ridiculous simply because they're doing it public.
Oh yeah, that was wild, dude. I mean, there was literally like families out for the day.
Like, hey, let's go do that in Poughkeepsie Gallery.
And it wasn't like one or two families. It was like that place was packed because it's like a nice place to be. And they're just like running around and people just staring at
Did
them.
they have any other like weapons, like
They had
machine guns? Or anything
No,
like
it
that?
was just rifles. At least from what I remember seeing, it was like rifles, and then they had 2 or 3 golf carts for transporting people around while they're playing. But I'm also they were using some kind of they were using some kind of ATAC system. I don't know if it was Ares, don't know if it was some kind of Chinese copy, but they must have had some kind of objective. Again, I wasn't really following along with the video. I was just baffled by the whole we're in public doing this. Like this is wild.
Yeah, because through that app, everything's all connected, right? Because through that app, the game producers or whatever, were able to create minefields.
Yeah.
So they're just digital minefields. So he stepped into a minefield and it was like his gun made a noise and he was just like, oh, I just got hit. And the guy was like, no, you're in a minefield. So then he walked a little bit more and he hit another mine.
I do remember the one part where he's like, can I switch this to English?
Yeah. So it was cool. It was like one system kind of all working together. But also the neat part is like whoever kills who first is always going to be, it's always going to win. There's no shots after your death, right? Like
the system refs for you.
Yeah, it just shuts off. So, so like,
which to be fair, isn't that how Miles works?
It's exactly how Miles works.
Yeah, except for you're using blank fire with a real gun.
Yeah, so you can still shoot the blanks.
It's also how laser tag at the castle works.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god!
There used to be a laser tag place in the Poughkeepsie Mall, and you could do that.
My favorite birthday was 12 years old, and having a lot of my friends come and go to Qzar. That's it. And I remember my mom got a cake for me, a special cake. It was do you guys remember the supermarket Grand Union?
Yeah.
Remember the Grand Union donut cake where it was
No.
a big donut like this big and it was a chocolate frosted donut. I peaked at that time in my life, and ever since then I think about that every day. You know what's funny? I always think about it like all the time. Like it comes back to me. You know what? I'm going to talk to my mom today. I'm going to tell her, Mom, that was really, because do your parents sometimes tell you, go, did I treat you okay? And I'm like, Mom, yeah, you did. Like what like you were great, because my sisters sometimes say out of pocket. I'm like, girls, we're like, my sisters are referred to as the girls because they're twins.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would you think that they were bad to us? We had a great life. What is wrong with you? Like, forget they are very I wouldn't say spoiled, but definitely like life was not hard for my sisters. They're a product of like everything, and they have achieved in their lives very well. It's they're like when they do something, it's like, oh, it's no big deal. Like I remember my sister was like, yeah, I got graduation. And it was like for her master's. My parents were like, wait, you were going for your master's? We had no idea. Like it was kind of like that. You know what I mean?
It goes back to the tale of Adam and Eve. They had everything, yet Eve still wanted more. It wasn't enough.
Oh my God.
Fuck off. Do I have to bleep that?
Yeah, I think so.
It's true.
You don't have to bleep that.
It's true.
But
That's what happened.
yeah, I just
She
remember
wanted more.
but to get back, the laser tag was so much fun. Having the vest and be like, pew, pew, like it just, oh man. And then only a couple of years later, what is it? Maybe, 6 more years later, I was like introduced to Airsoft. And I was like, this is fucking cool as shit. This is the coolest thing.
All right. So some of the best training I ever did in the military was down in, not Daytona, Cape Canaveral. Yeah, it was just boat stuff and swimming stuff or whatever fuck, right? So we got weekends off. We also got nights off depending on the training, whatever fuck. So we used to go to the local mall in our free candy vans, and there'd be like 12, 15 of us, whatever. We'd go to Applebee's for it might have been $3 draft. I can't remember, but they had some special.
Yeah,
it was like
probably
$2.
Yeah, it was probably some ungodly
so
price thing.
for $20, you could be comatose, right?
Yeah.
And they came out like in the ice cold mug. It was.
You were just
actually-
basically drinking the pitcher straight. You weren't even.
dude.
You weren't even pouring
No,
glasses.
no.
I get that. Yeah.
They didn't give you pictures.
Where's,
It's just
the,
like,
where's the training?
Where's the training?
yeah, it was.
The training was drinking
Cocoa Beach.
pitchers.
It was in Cocoa Beach, Florida, right? Or that was the nearest town. Was Cocoa Beach, and so we did that one day. We did that every day. So one of the days we did that, inside the mall was laser tag. And so you had fucking 12, 15 Marines go into the laser tag place. And we're
That's great.
Dude, we were like diving through. This is after Applebee's. Dude, we're like diving through barriers and shit, like doing combat rolls. I mean, we didn't break.
You guys are ready to like fix bayonets. And be like,
yeah.
let's do this. Ah! Like, there's like some kid that's like 8, like, oh.
No. There was no civilians involved. We had a whole big group, right? So it was like,
Are you guys face painting each other? Like, just like,
it'd be like predator blood, right?
I would, you know what? Actually, if you just came back from Applebee's, you're just taking blue cheese and just putting it on your face.
I was going to
It's
say
like,
they're cracking glow sticks so their faces glow different camera patterns.
Oh, that's because it was always black, like
Yeah,
a
it's a
black
black
light thing.
light,
So
yeah.
it'd be perfect. It could break a glow stick. It just starts. Oh my god!
I remember that was a very
That skin
enjoyable
cancer is not service
It
connected.
was like, yeah, well, technically service connected, right? I mean, it was a good time for everybody because even the staff, like, we weren't destructive, we weren't pulling shit down. We were genuinely having a good time, and because it was just us in there, like certain behaviors that may not be allowed when there's like regular people in there, it was fine. Like everything was fine.
Tackling your friend.
It was a lot of fun, dude. I just remember diving, like, because they have like the barriers, because everything hangs from the ceiling, right? And they have like the barriers that are just squares, but then a smaller square is cut out of that. So of course you have to dive through that and shoot. You know what I mean? Like every action movie ever.
You have to do a
Like,
roll when you do it.
Yeah, right. Like, fuck, man, it was a good time. That was. Thank you, Marine Corps. That was the best training. That was the best month ever. It was a month long training down in Cape Canaveral, and then mostly in Cocoa Beach during spring break. That was
Shout out to Applebee's.
cheers.
Shout out to Cocoa Beach.
Cheers to that one.
Spring break.
Shout out to Florida.
Yeah, it was a lot less training and a lot more fun. That was great. Everything after that sucked, but like like in terms of training, that was fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Do we have any comments
I have a thing I need to read.
We
Or
went
anything-
through them at the beginning.
or anything that any questions or
Uh-oh,
anything?
he's getting it.
Actually, well, yeah, actually.
Oh no, Anthony's gotten that yellow sheet of paper and he's going to read that whole thing off again. And
I apologize to everybody.
he's going to beat that dead horse into the ground.
We gotta just beat it. Do, do, do.
Oh,
Hold on. There was one.
I wish you can zoom in on this.
I can take a photo and put it on screen.
Who does this look like to you? I got this sticker from.
I'll take a photo so I can put it up there because I'm editing this tonight.
Oh, from Doc Payne. How many ads can you fit in an Airsoft podcast? Zulu, yes.
That's about it.
I don't
yeah.
know.
That's all done. We're
Well,
demonetized.
so I would like to know in context of that because he's probably watching if that's a comment towards the YouTube, we're going to push an ad every 15 minutes, or if it's towards Anthony for continuing to go on about how
I thought it was YouTube.
Any and all. That's
Yeah.
Any and all.
I think it was about the YouTube because like it was the episode of like us of or saying demonetization and just being like, yeah, this.
Oh, here it is. Fuck. ELA 7682. Hey, could you spend time talking about the behind the scenes stuff that comes with running an airsoft field and running events? I'm interested in learning about what goes on the production side of things.
Sounds like Patreon content.
Maybe, but also
Buy my course.
Stress.
Stress.
Lots and lots of stress.
Buy my course.
We won't get into that now. Maybe next podcast we'll spend some time talking about that.
I'll say one thing.
Put some brains behind it.
If you put work in, you either are gonna. If you don't put any work in, you'll still have the event, but people will be like, "This thing was terrible."
Yeah, you can smell.
You can definitely you can host an event. That's
easy.
Actually, making it enjoyable for the customers and the participants.
That's a whole
other.
This is an
different thing.
Elon Musk quote, but running a company is chewing glass and staring into the abyss. And I would also add to that and say that running a business is kind of like a gamble. And there's only two people in gambling. There's winners and quitters.
There you go.
No, but I'll put some brains behind that one. Maybe next podcast, next episode, we'll talk about it a little bit more in depth.
Speaking of which, do you want to be featured on the Zulu 24 podcast?
Stop. You've already read it once, which means he can just put that in when we go to break.
Oh, we could do that.
Fuck.
But we still have to put the Zulu merch thing there.
Whatever.
Zulu 24 clip of the month.
But it's a new email.
It shows that it's out of stock until you put in your size.
Well, no, the clip of the month is all in the Discord.
We fixed that.
Buy our merch.
Nobody buys merch anyway. Look at her merch.
Yeah. Also, do you know why? It's because it's on a repeated ad read. So I'm gonna, as a human being, not a replay of a recording, I'm gonna tell you, buy our merch.
I'm leaving all of that.
Buy the merch.
One of the best ways to support the channel is to buy our merch at Bunker Branding.
Yeah.
Or Bully Bunker Branding to take our merch.
Nah, we're too small for that.
Very tiny.
Very small.
We're very tiny.
I'm sure the margins are still the same.
Probably.
How much do we have from this episode?
The quality's probably better.
Don't worry. We're good.
Time
we're
wise.
good. Okay.
We're good.
We got an episode.
We got an episode.
Yeah,
It'll be done tonight.
We got a nice short and sweet.
We got some TISM.
Yep.
We got your story. We
Please
talked about
comment.
Novrich.
We like the comments. Me and Anthony like the
I do.
comments.
I do as well.
I enjoy.
I heart react all your comments.
Rich and I will call each other during the week and just read the new comments and laugh.
Yes, we did that this week. We were like, look at this guy, Mags. This
Especially
guy's awesome.
Magaz's
Magaz
comments.
is
Dude,
great.
cracks me up.
And I do like that podcast because I looked in and I'm like, wow, balls deep? That's pretty good.
It's a bold name.
balls
Very
deep.
name.
That's very.
I wonder how many people have clicked on that thinking it was not Airsoft.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean,
To be fair, the logo looked like a BB.
kind of smart though, because people may, putting in balls deep, that might come up first. If you paid for if you paid for it, it could
Pornhub
be,
is buying ad
Hold
space.
oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
Hold on. Let's see.
But to circle back to your
Dude,
previous
if
question,
if that guy got a Blue Chew read ad, oh my god, forget about it. Balls
Never
deep.
mind.
Balls deep. I mean, jeez.
I mean, Austin missed the perfect opportunity to name his company Blue Balls.
yeah.
I get. Oh wait.
If the goal was to make blue BBs, call
it
them
wasn't
Blue
to make
Balls.
blue BBs.
Yeah.
It was in the beginning.
Blue BBs?
Yeah, that was part of his vision was to make blue BBs.
Yeah. That's why it was Blue Mag.
sorry,
So
that's fucking
Vice did an episode season 2 called Balls Deep. Vice anime.
Why did it look like it was two
Nice.
dudes kissing?
It probably was two dudes kissing.
Vice.
Yep, the same two dudes.
Did we ever talk about the Vice Airsoft hit piece that wasn't about the place in North Carolina, the one where they went to an MSW game?
No, I don't think we ever talked. You guys ever talked about that? That was
Put it
that
on
was
the
about a
list.
year and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Put
sent
it on the list.
They sent a reporter to an MSW game at the Cali George Air Force Base game.
Yeah, I saw that.
Actually came out pretty good.
I think it was supposed to be a hit piece, and then when they talked to some of the players and realized how autistic airsofters are, they
Yeah.
felt bad. They're just like, "Wow, that's a really cool pouch. Like, what do you got there?"
I think they
made a whole video on that one.
I actually think the opposite. I think they realized,
I think
they thought they were gonna get like super ultra like
Right wing.
yeah, some kind of or like revolutionary people. And then meanwhile, it's just a bunch of guys. No, man,
Just having a good time.
I forgot my socks. I'm here with my son, and that's like literally one of the guys. Like, yeah, I just come here and I come hang out with my son. That's it. And it's like.
When guys like,
I like that I gave a California guy a Southern accent. Every
Yeah.
time I describe someone from out of New York area, I just give them a Southern accent. I just start giving them the like generic some kind of.
they interview a player. He's like, "Yeah, I work HR. I had a long work week at for the tech startup I'm doing HR at, and it's nice to unwind with some airsoft."
Yeah, and then this other guy's like,
You're like,
"Well,
oh.
I'm a paramedic and I see pretty bad stuff, so I like to do this to unwind." I'm like, "Oh God."
Well, if I remember correctly, I think it was part of like a mini series where they were like going in behind like special interests. for lack of a
like
better
weird.
word.
Yeah. Like there was one on sneakers, some other stuff, some weird.
Dude, so I have yet to stumble across his Airsoft podcast. I have seen 16 podcasts called Balls Deep or
Type in-
any,
Really?
type
or
in-
any variation of that.
Type
Plus-
in balls deep airsoft.
Well, sure. But if somebody says, hey, check out this thing, it's called Balls Deep, I'm going to, right?
Yeah, they titled the video "Inside a Real Life Call of Duty Game."
There we go.
It was the
First thing
yeah,
that
it was
pops up.
part
There
of
you go.
it was part of the Vice series, The Deep End, where they go off.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Balls Deep, an Airsoft podcast. Yeah, okay. I seen it. So if you guys want more, these are kind of short too. If you want, bite-sized Airsoft podcasts, balls deep in Airsoft podcasts. There you go. From Magaz. Oh no, he's got long stuff in here. Never mind.
They're in the UK too.
My fault.
I wonder if them bleeping something would get them in trouble.
That's really.
They're
I
like,
wonder
we
if they-
need to know what you said during the bleep segment
I think
here.
if they even talk to us and we
hope
say,
you didn't
Didn't you get arrested?
I hope
for
you didn't
shit?
say anything bad about.
We were so good.
oh my,
Two in
We
a
were
row
so
there.
good.
we actually have very limited bleeps this
We were,
episode.
yeah, it's the
We're
overcorrection.
demonetized. Cock, balls, ass, fuck.
But it's the
Shit.
overcorrection the last episode because yes, Dave said pause 36 times. There was also 36 different times I had to bleep something.
Well, that happened.
Me mom and me dad.
Okay.
That is not very funny. Mom and me dad.
Okay, you're done.
Well,
And with that, good night, God bless, we're out.
Rich is dying. Rich.
I was going to tell you to answer your question from
Will Rich recover? Find out on the next episode of the Zulu 24 podcast.
Oh my God. Guys, we're done.
I'm about to piss out. Oh god, that's so funny. Oh god.
Rich finds Anthony's humor funny. We were
I
just,
didn't think that was.
we were just
No, but I'm hearing it. I'm trying to
Well,
like
it's-
not laugh,
it's-
and he's
look,
just like,
it-
"Mom,
it's-
we need mom."
It's not funny.
It's not.
Okay.
That's the problem. It's not funny, yet you're laughing.
Hit the button.
Oh.
Not funny.